Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode number 84 of the Couch on Ice podcast. How's it going today, boys?
Not too shabby.
Not
Just
too shabby.
fantastic. What were you doing there? Were you like giving
Let's
yourself
give him the
L or
W.
what?
The W,
Couple
my
L's
guy.
for
Oh,
your-
no.
couple L's for your.
Straight L.
I'll do that. I'll do that instead. Let's give him the W for the two W's we got against.
You got two W's.
That's a W. It's like, two W's, can't complain. So good week for Pens. Don't worry, I will not be talking a lot about them because I got nothing to say except for we're still good. So, Jordan, how's it going today?
Yeah.
What's up? How was your week? Weekend-ish. I guess it's Sundays. Sorry.
Not too much is going on.
Not too much. Just trying to keep up. Well, I will
Yeah.
tell you
How are your
boys.
Pittsburgh Pirates doing? Are they doing pretty good? Or
I would. Yeah.
excited for the Pirates season there, bud? Or what?
No, I
You
don't
got the
watch
Pittsburgh-
anything to do with the Pirates. I just
Fuck
like
you get
the
that
Habs.
fucking hat from, son?
Wait.
I bought
I have a
it.
guess. I have a guess. Didn't you wear it? Because what R&B artist wears it? Is it Bryce Tiller?
Like Bryson Tiller, yeah.
Are you?
He always wears the Pirates hats.
notifying
Yeah,
everybody.
he's
I
the
have a
Pen Griffey.
penis. I have penis.
And I like the black and yellow. It looks dope.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
I love fucking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got
man.
sweet noise.
I love that
Black
all
and
the
yellow
sports
Pittsburgh, I
teams
don't
are the
think.
same. I love that. I hate
Yeah,
it when
that is
I hate
totally
it when
fun.
teams are like, we're gonna have a blue hockey team and a red football team. Like that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So love it. Chase, how about you? What'd you get up to this weekend ish?
Just nothing but great things,
Great
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yep. Yep. I
Yeah,
vouch.
yeah.
Sounds like
I
it.
twisted my mustache too many times.
Twist it too
that
much.
sort of stuff.
Turning a
when
little
I was
too
doing-
French. Gonna wave a white flag.
Dude, what I was doing was watching some awesome goalie performances here, boys. Like,
No
you
kidding.
see
hey?
Ticker fucking lighting it up, boys.
Oh
Like,
boy,
my
did I
goodness.
see Ticker does a bear shit in the woods, Chase.
Yeah,
Of course I
damn.
saw Ticker with that beautiful save. Oh my god. The best part was the teammates rallying around him saying, "Holy fuck, what a save." Best
Yeah,
part.
that was man.
Mint.
Holy shit.
Absolute mint. Now,
That's classic Dustin, man. Like that's
Classic.
What those games that's what I remember when I watched him in like AAA playing with like the Mentos and shit. back
Yeah,
in the day.
man.
Like that's exactly how it just sprawling over and making epic saves and stuff. It's just it's so nice and
And
so fun to see.
also-
he was just
I think that was
On
his first shutout since 8 years ago with the Habs, which is insane.
which he did it against the Sabres
Yeah,
when
and
he was with. So that's trippy.
also since his last shutout, he has been on it's either 7 or 8 different AHL teams since
Yeah,
that frame
yeah.
in the
Oh, yeah,
past
no,
8
there
years.
He was pretty consistent with Tampa Bay there, and then he played.
He was in
decent
Wilkes-Barre
amount
for
with
a
somebody
bit. He
else.
was real
And
good
then,
in
he
Wilkes.
swapped around for a decent bit. He went to like San Diego and like all
Laval,
of
all that stuff. He was. I would just
Yeah.
name the AHL teams except for the Coachella Firebirds. That's everyone but them. So
Basically.
basically, hey,
that. Yeah,
well,
man, rising his stock. He wants to get traded. Get that name on the cup, buddy. That's what it's
send him
all
to
about.
Pitt, man. Send him to Pitt. Send him to
Yeah,
Pitt.
does somebody have a hurt goalie that Dustin can play like a game or two so then he can get his name on the cup? Like, let's go.
We have a shitty backup. He
Montreal.
could probably play.
Send him to Montreal.
Yeah,
Are
when
they gonna win a cup this year?
I mean the way Cole Caulfield's scoring, they might.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, no
scoring.
shit, eh?
He's scoring
Like,
ridiculous pace.
They'll win the St. Louis Cup.
Like
I'm loving
I-
seeing him skate around like he's actually confident and he's going to score. Like he actually will possibly do that instead of just seemingly playing shy.
Yeah,
And
this
yeah,
the start of the
so-
season, I questioned everything I thought about hockey prospects the way Caulfield played the first half because like the way he played last year, it was like this guy is going to be a superstar, no doubt about it. Like he's going to be a top line guy, score tons of points, and then like it's like what happened? Was that just a flash because he was a fresh in the league? We see that from time to time, but like this can't be that's it, right? No, it was just a shitty coach.
It's just simply you're like 20 years old and you're in the NHL and it probably doesn't take much to not feel very confident.
You're also
like,
in a
that's a totally
suffocating
wrong
system.
Yeah,
Especially
you're
for
also
a guy
losing.
who's 5'9" as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he needed the freedom and he got it and he's flying.
Yeah.
So while we're on
Jedi St. Louis, man, getting it
yeah,
done.
absolutely.
Getting it done.
While we're on
Bringing
the
the boys.
Habs,
I think he didn't he say that like Suzuki's like Stamkos. He could be like a
Oh,
Stamkos or something like that.
that'd be crazy.
Like whoa.
I don't think he's like
Yeah,
Stamkos because Stamkos scored like 60 goals one year, and I don't see Suzuki even scoring 40. So
Yeah, I don't know.
which is not a
Suzuki's-
slouch. I think he's a good player.
I believe he's looked up to Bergeron.
Yeah,
Like I believe Suzuki looked up to Bergeron. And
yeah,
stuff like
it was
that. So,
Bergeron.
like, with the speed and like obviously he doesn't have the size of Stamkos. Not that Stamkos super uses his size, but
Yeah.
In all reality, I don't see why. And
If he-
it's the coach, he's trying to like be like, yo,
Hype
you
your
could be this
guys
guy.
up. Yeah,
you could
absolutely.
be this guy. Just know
Well,
that.
and
But-
with what he's shown throughout his career already, why not? Like, why couldn't he
Well,
become
yeah.
Stamkos?
Who knows Stamkos better than Martin St. Louis? Maybe
Yeah.
Vincent Lecavalier.
Yeah, probably. Oh no, their GM who drafted him that would decide to scratch him every 3 games because he was not big enough for the NHL, and then he scored like 5 goals in 2 games. They're like, I think this guy needs to play. So
You can't bench him after that.
no, absolutely not. But while we were on the Habs, we got an injury return, which was just a good feel-good story. Jake Allen coming back, playing in last night's game. So just happy to see him back.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
for the
return
deadline.
ahead of schedule as well.
Yes,
He wasn't
well
supposed
ahead,
to
eh?
return for a week or 2. So
Yeah, so-
awesome for them.
Super awesome. While we're still on them, I'm gonna throw it a little.
Another
carry.
guy looking to get that cup, you know, get
Yes.
that name on that cup, you know, get that start in there. Maybe somebody's like, ooh, I need this guy. in the
Yeah,
backup."
man.
Oh.
I mean, like, I wouldn't hate that. Allen's a sick backup. It's just the cap that I'm scared about. That's about it. But no, while we're still in Montreal and talking about goalies, it would be unfair to not bring up Carey Price. As I promised you guys, I'd bring up any news I had about him whenever I'd find it. He is currently practicing with the team a lot, but there's still no timeline or anything. They're still unsure if he'll come back this season or even next year, as there is worry that there's potential he may not play again even next year. And that's why they're trying to move the Shea Weber contract so heavily so they can fit it under LTIR and all that. So, just wanted to throw out a little Carey Price news. It's looking like he's progressing on the right way, but still no news on a timeline. So just wanted to throw that out there for Carey Price because he needs a cup. If we're talking about guys who needs a cup, Carey fucking Price.
Yeah.
Carey Price, muted Chase.
Yeah, Price is the number 1 goalie I've wanted to get a cup since Luongo.
Yeah. Still muted Chase. Oh my god, just so unlucky.
I was just laughing about.
No, I'm
exactly
I'm just saying, just in case if you're saying something. So, since we brought up Montreal, how about I throw it over to you, Chase? Hence why I was trying to get your mic open. Why don't you talk about some games that you want to bring up or moments?
Yeah. Well, let's bring up my wings, boys.
Let's do it. Can I say a tweet first?
Ned.
Can I say a tweet I saw, I should say?
No, sure.
I saw a
Go
Wings fan say, in conclusion, Ned is okay, rest of team terrible.
yeah, yeah, I've been trying to tell everybody that.
I know.
But so
I agree.
Ned, exactly who I wanted to bring up. Obviously, the story of our last 2 games. Thursday night we played the Nucks. 1-0. Weirdest thing in the world.
I have a story about that game
Probably
too.
the first game we've ever had with 1 goal all year. Because we go into games, we hope the other team doesn't come out. Well, we basically try to make sure they don't score like.
You hope
900
you can
goals, 'cause
score
everybody
6,
goes to us
'cause they're
and
gonna score
just like,
5.
oh, well, we're just gonna light these guys. Go out there in the first period, light them up, and there's nothing they can do. And that's just what everybody thinks. And then it doesn't happen, or they get those couple goals, and we get goals afterwards, and we come back in the games because we can score.
Yeah,
know,
you
be able
guys
to,
are
like,
great
The new
scorers.
strategy against Detroit should just be send weird bouncing pucks to Nadal.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, like do anything weird
Just
where
send
our
him
guys
some-
have to
some
use
weird
like
pucks,
epic
make him do
skill.
mistakes.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no.
Don't
Ned
go
was
down cider side as well, because he'll block
Yeah, exactly.
fucking
Avoid that.
everything.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Avoid that
exactly.
guy at all
Just
costs.
Don't even try to chip it past him. Drop that down. Like, get out of here, boys.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's just a little quick how we play exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just what it is. I think he's been just great. Like honestly, all year I think he's been great. And
Yep.
yeah, he's had gaffes and yeah, he's let stuff in. But like you can't tell me his defense isn't doing that plus more. So But 43 save shutout against the old Canucks there for the guy. Just looking unreal. He's doing sprawling saves the last two starts here.
What did he rob Miller?
Against the Kraken as well. Like just
yeah, I couldn't remember which game was it where he like dove across and gloved it or like reached.
There's both
oh,
games.
it was insane.
Insane.
Both
games, man.
Against the Kraken, he put up, even though they lost 4-2, he put up 38 saves in a 927 save percentage, as well as an 0.86 goals saved above expected.
Yeah, exactly.
A loss is a very good stat line.
Yeah,
old Ned was ready to play, man. Maybe he heard me when because like we were just deflated there. Hey, like just got murdered. Everybody's just like,
man. Every podcast was thrashing Ned. Like, oh my god, I didn't hear a single podcast where they weren't shitting on Ned.
Oh yeah.
Like not one where they were like, he's awful. I can't believe that they gave up a 3rd round pick for him. I was like, bro, like
I did a trade on like
what, 24?
with like it was just like some random
just
bullshit.
unconventional.
But it was like Ned for like Frank Hughes. I can't remember what all the details were. But it's just like, people just having no value on Ned. The way Ned's playing this year, it's like, dude, the guy was like a number 1 goalie, one of the best goalies last year, and now he's just a dead person that sucks at life now. Like,
now he's a
like, oh my, like.
Doesn't Detroit have the worst defense in the NHL?
Yeah, like actually.
Like actually, and
no, we wouldn't be because Ottawa would be there.
Okay, yeah, okay. But at least they have Shabbat, who's seasoned.
At least they have like Shabbat.
Had Shabbat. Okay, right now it's Ottawa, but a week ago it might have been.
They haven't had somebody all season.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
But yeah, that was. I guess I'll go back to that Vancouver game because the one goal on that fucking game was hilarious. Pia Suter, like just an amazing snipe, goes for the pass and the D-man hits the puck and fucking goes in the net. Like,
yeah, man, love it.
Nice.
I got something.
That Wings game against the fucking Markstrom and the Flames.
Oh, the Flames there. Where he missed the puck?
Play the puck, and it just goes in, and that was the end of the game. Like, oh no, that was Buffalo. Sorry, that was
Buffalo.
The Ticker game. My bad. Because Ticker was just unreal.
That's okay. Talk about enough games, they'll blend together.
There's so many good goalies this last few games. Like,
absolutely.
The next one I'm talking about is Logan Thompson for the old.
I'm happy.
Can I jump in on that Vancouver game quick? I just want to jump in and say one thing on that Vancouver Detroit game. I saw like the most insane thing that I never say. So they had the kiss cam, right? It's not. I think on off ice goal where there's an empty seat, a guy to the right, and a girl to the left, empty seat in between, and the kiss cam went on them, and they looked at each other. They were sure, leaned in, they give each other a smooch, whatever. Move on to the next guy. There's a nice old couple, very sweet. Next one, they're like. And then it comes back to the same people, and her boyfriend shows up in the middle seat. And they won the kiss cam without kissing. The boyfriend's like, why did we win? When his girlfriend leaned over and kissed some random dude. Like, oh, imagine seeing Sports Center and being like, what?
I recognize that person.
Wait, I think we sat by that guy.
That's fucking hilarious.
Just so funny. I had to bring that up before you finished. So
that's so awesome. I guess just since we brought it up, most saves by a wing goalie since 55-56.
Crazy.
1955-56 in that game because that was 43 saves.
Wow.
I think it's like third on the list.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Really? That's the most.
Yeah, Sawchuk I think was first.
That's a crazy long time. How did Osgood not have one game, or like Howard have one game?
Like, our defense, like I've been preaching this quite a bit on. It's like I want a defenseman for this team. Like I'm not going after this deadline. I'm gonna be fucking pissed if we just trade guys and we just have this even worse defense. Like like you said, like we don't fucking do this shit, man. Like the Wings have good defense. We've always had good defense. Like. It's so rattling that we've actually, as a franchise, like just been like, we're just gonna draft and wait for this to work. Because like, Jesus.
Like Rhylan said, it's baffling that a guy like Jimmy Howard never did it. Because Howard,
no shit.
prime was stupid.
And
good.
there was
love Jimmy Howard.
definitely a couple of games you had to have had where your team was good, but like you weren't amazing. Like at the
Well,
time,
dude, like in the last 2 years, like how did we not let in that many shots? But like we played like very deep.
Well, they obviously went in and he didn't save them. But
yeah,
that's what happened. There was probably 50 shots, but 10 of them were behind him.
Yeah, exactly. 42 saves is what they got. 6 goals against.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Logan Thompson though.
Yeah.
To give his stats in the Knights game. So the Golden Knights beat the Kings 5-1. Logan
big
Thompson
win, huge win.
37 save performance, a 974 save percentage, and a 1.08 goals saved above expected. Just wow, what a performance!
That's really good.
Yeah, 71 saves over the last 2 starts. The first one against their last 2 wins, Panthers and Kings that they had here. So that's just good. I love that he's got those silver Knight pads. It's fucking,
man.
Looks so lit.
Man, do you remember his
the Knights be right now? They have a guy coming in to back up for their starter who's gone out injured, Robin Leonard, and Logan Thompson is just taking the net as if it's his.
Yeah. By the way, Vegas, like, holy shit, man! I'd be shitting a brick every time they play at this point. Oh my god, when Eichel gets hit in the arm, and you're like, oh no,
let's go here.
And then he's fine, luckily. And then you hear rumors out that fucking Leonard broke his patella, his kneecap, which is not true. He denied those rumors, obviously.
He vehemently.
But like, what a roller coaster of emotions Vegas fans are going through right now. Like,
yeah, man.
Like,
but
oh my god.
Hey, I gotta say that Panthers game. I seen the old Vegas Knights. I seen the inaugural year Vegas Knights that game, and I seen them the next game. They're back.
The Misfits, baby.
Keep that going. Like, all you gotta do is do this for like 20 games, guys. Like, you can do that, you know.
Yeah, I got a player to shout out for Vegas.
Playoffs. Everybody's healthy. Possibly, maybe. Who cares? But like, man, like.
Yeah, I got a player to bring out for Vegas while you're talking about him. People talking about him as a Misfit 2.0. Brett Howden, man. This guy is just getting so much love by this team right now. Fully deserved. He's been so good.
I knew it would happen. When he got traded to New York, I knew what he would bring to this team would be so much more highlighted.
It blows me away, the Rangers.
He's a solid two-way guy.
Like Rangers,
he's super solid.
I think he's better. I think right now he might be better than Hiddle. And that's your third line center, Rangers.
He's an awesome fourth line center. Like,
he is, exactly. Awesome. So, and I think he can bring more. Like, eventually he's gonna. I think he will be that Bonino type third line elite guy. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, let's be serious about a lot of these prospects, man. Like, if they can get their shit together, like, they're fucking good players. This guy got 75 points in 49 games once in his life. I don't care if it's the WHL or what the hell is going on. Like,
and it was on a Warriors team that wasn't that amazing at the time.
He literally went from the Warriors to the New York Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
From the WA to the New York Rangers. Like,
they made playoffs that year, and I'm pretty sure they lost like first round or second round anyways.
The year after they did.
The year after they did? Okay, so like
maybe he didn't play in the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe they didn't.
It's just like
maybe they didn't play him, but no, like 23 points in 66 games in his first year. Like, this guy is gonna be Chandler Stevenson possibly. You know, like
he's really
serious. Stevenson to watch and model his game after too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
like there's a reason I like this guy, because there's a ceiling that can.
Yes, there is an untapped ceiling that is there. Truly. Let's.
What I have on those guys is it was obviously just unreal performance, 5-3 win over the Panthers. After Reinhart tied it up with a tip, which was a real nice tip. Nick
scoring at will.
Waugh dangles a breakaway beauty that ends up being the winner for the Knights. The old Nick Waugh has been super key for these guys.
Super good.
With all these injuries and stuff.
Yeah, man. That like fourth line that you're usually seeing of Colasar, Roy, and Carrier is fantastic.
They've been on separate lines.
Yeah, they've been moving up, and I think Carrier is playing second line minutes right now with how he's playing. So fantastic.
I'll move on though.
Let's speed the games up here.
Yeah, I'll just bring up Stutzel, lighting it up. Nice to see him playing center
yeah.
lately. Last time I checked, 9 points in the last 8 games, unless he got points in a game that I didn't mark down the other day. But yeah, no, nice to see him.
I'm so
getting it done.
excited to see what Stutzla becomes because I know he's gonna be an elite player, but I just don't know how elite. Like it's
Is
kind of a
he
bit of a question mark.
is he gonna be like Datsuk, man?
Right?
Like
he's got
offensively,
that kind of
I don't know about defensive side of the
Yeah,
game,
no.
but like, does he have that flair?
that
like,
kind of creative flair.
yeah, like, oh, I'm so excited for this Ottawa team to be good, man. I wanted them to be good this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
I was really rooting for that team to be like pushing
wanted
for a
them to have
playoff. Like,
Yeah.
You know what? I think this off season and this trade deadline could prove to be really important. For
they
Ottawa.
need
They're
the-
offloading. They're potentially offloading a lot of dead weight. They're moving a lot of cap, and I think they could do some damage in free agency potentially.
Yeah, I got some news on them. I got news from pretty much everyone, but yeah, Stu's like killing it right now. But is that all you got for the games to talk about there, Chase?
The only other thing is the Stars have gone 9-3-1 in the
Oh
last
yeah,
13 road games.
nice.
So
Nice.
like getting their road games back going here. I know 4 of those were
Yeah, they're
those back-to-backs against mediocre teams, but no, the Stars are looking pretty good. Looking kind of sketchy though. Like it's got mono with Heiskanen. They're playing okay without him.
yeah,
and that's not good.
they know
Like,
who's playing
technically, you need to play better.
fantastic though is
Oh.
John Klingberg. He has been outstanding since Heiskanen's been out. And
Yeah.
while we're on the topic, I just wanted to ask you guys, like, I had a question about him. I'm just trying to pull up the Dallas Stars wherever they're at, but like, what happens with Klingberg? Like,
I
is
think
he
he's
still
I don't think
walking?
he's-
Do you
I
think
don't think
they
he's gonna walk? I
sign
think
him?
they'll be able to sign him. I don't.
I wonder if they're just
unless
gonna get
he
it
really,
done.
really wants a payday. Like,
Yeah,
Unless he really wants a payday. But,
yeah.
Yeah,
but
I don't think he's going too
It
far.
seems like they're gonna just meet somewhere and give him a contract, like a long-term deal. I feel like it's gonna be
Yeah.
a lower cap hit, but just term.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I think they'd be very okay with giving him $5 million over like an insane long period
8
of time.
years, yeah. Why not?
Because like clearly
7?
he wants to be there.
Yeah,
like,
and like maybe
good
it's.
question. I wonder
yeah.
what they
It
do
is
with that guy.
very interesting
But
because they
that's
won't
the
trade
thing.
him at the deadline, seemingly,
Yeah,
unless
they're
they
not
upgrade their
thinking about
position.
anything anymore.
No.
When it comes to that sort of situation.
Except
They're just
Radulov
let's
out the
let's see
door
what
and
we can do.
maybe bring in a depth guy. I don't think they're going to be too busy, Dallas. But
Yeah, exactly. Hey.
is that all we got for the games, or Jordan? Do you have any games that you want to highlight a bit?
I just want to quickly bring up the Caps. I want to give a shout out to Kuznetsov, who's getting hot at the right time.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys have
buddy.
seen the past 2 games, he's got crazy sharp angle snipes.
yeah,
He's been
Yeah,
diced
that was dope.
them.
man. He always.
yeah, wanted to give a shout out to Kuzi for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I want to shout out the Caps in general.
I want to shout out Vanacek too.
Ever since I brought up, or ever since those guys came back, like it's
yeah,
been just
it's changed.
let's go, hey, like
Yep.
they are looking
Absolutely,
Yeah, we're getting
scary
hot.
as shit.
I want us to.
they absolutely are. But I think this is perfect to end off the game segment with, as I have a clip relating to
Oh,
the
wait.
Washington
I
Capitals.
just thought of the greatest thing.
What is that?
What's it about? What's the clip?
It's about Ovi and
Okay.
Jaromir
I was
Jagr.
gonna say the Capitals are doing as good as Johan. I can't even. Fiaxel Fairview.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that guy's name?
Oh,
Yeah, Janssen Felby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're as good as his hair looks.
Absolutely. But like I mentioned, to finish it off, we have a message from Jaromir Jagr to Alex Ovechkin. This was just awesome. So here we go.
Mhm.
Alex, the grade 8, congratulations. Now you become the leading NHL goal scorer among European players. But keep scoring, because as you know, I didn't retire from hockey yet. And there's a chance I might come back to NHL and start chasing you.
Oh,
Alex,
oh, that was amazing.
Jagr's always had that sense of humor. He's
That-
never lost.
Oh yeah, love it. It's super funny clip. I thought it was perfect to end off on the Caps with
Yeah,
that. So, well, boys,
So great.
I think it's only fitting we have to talk about the trades that already went down. Let's just start off with it. Now, I believe the first trade that happened was the Brandon Hagel deal. So,
It was
The bagel.
The bagel.
I
So
am
here.
putting my foot right in my mouth.
No,
Yeah.
you're putting your bagel in your
That's
mouth.
that's okay. 2 trades later, I put a foot in my mouth, so we're good. Starting off with the Hagel deal to Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning acquire Brandon Hagel, a 4th round pick in 2022, a 4th round pick in 2024.
Oh my god.
In exchange for a 1st round pick in 2023, top 10 protected, 1st round pick in 2024, also top 10 protected, Boris Kachuk and Taylor Radish. Now, I have to shout out our TikTok because I already reviewed it on our TikTok. So if you want to hear exactly what I think about it, go check it out on our TikTok at the Couch on Ice. But I'll throw it to you boys. What do you guys think of the Hagel deal? Chase, or let's start with Jordan since you had your foot in your mouth. What are your thoughts on the deal?
Mouthful of bagels.
I was baffled. I'm not baffled at the return. I knew it would be crazy.
I'm a little
I'm
baffled.
I think Jonathan Taves said it best. I think it was him who said it. If a guy
He's
like
pissed.
Brandon Hagel isn't there for a rebuild, then nobody is safe. And I completely concur with that because I thought Hagel was there for the long shot. But the Lightning wanted to replace their guy, Coleman, and I think Hagel is the perfect guy to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I'm slowly learning that Jonathan Taves doesn't
He's kind of a dick.
understand a lot about the GM situation.
He's
and
kind of
the
dumb with
actual
hockey business, eh?
workings. Yeah, like the word. Yeah,
Like,
I'm just starting to
I
assume
love
that now because of the last several years of how he's talked.
how
and
they've
stuff,
been playing.
and I don't know. It's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Over not even just several years, over the last since I've watched him, just as time goes on, it seems like he's doesn't actually truly like. I get what he's saying for sure.
I understand what
Young
you're
guy like
saying.
that, for
You're
sure.
like,
in basis, yes, but when you can trade one player for way too much stuff, like you as an organization, you do that. Like
Kyle Davidson did
Especially
not
an
want to move
organization that
Hagel.
just announced a rebuild.
Yeah.
Like they've just said, all right, we are rebuilding. They're not, riding that line of, oh, we should rebuild, but we still have good players. They've fully said we are rebuilding. So I think this move is perfect because they got the ransom they wanted. They got the firsts, and then they got 2 prospects. Like,
Yeah.
what more could you
2
want?
second-round pick prospects. Like, yeah, it's 2 firsts and 2 seconds essentially. That's 23-year-old
like,
second-round picks, but no,
what's
it's
interesting about the Chicago rebuild is exactly what we're saying. Is like these guys are young, like they're in a rebuild technically-ish right now. Like it's not like you don't
Retool-ish.
have the rebuild pieces.
yeah.
So this rebuild word means much more than just rebuild. Like it means like we're trading Taser Kane. Like we are. Like,
don't
that
worry.
must be what it means, right?
We got some discussion to
That's
go
how it
with
seems
some of
with-
that later, but
Yeah, I think Hagel is just the first piece,
But-
and that's because, like I said, Lightning wanted to replace their guy Coleman for the playoffs. They seem to want to remake their third line, and why
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
yeah, and Davidson came out and said like he didn't want to move Hagel. He really didn't. But when they're offering you that, you don't
Yeah.
say no. And
No team
I
would
mean,
want to move Brandon Hagel.
No.
But no team would realistically decline that offer for him.
yeah,
They overpaid. Plain
It-
and simply, Tampa Bay overpaid.
they did,
Yeah,
which
just
is
like,
totally
just like
fine.
every other time.
Yeah.
Which is fine for
like,
both
yeah.
parties because it's
What
a
did we
win on
say?
both sides. Like I said, Tampa aren't in a position where they need their picks. They're not in a position where they're really scrambling. They're still back-to-back champions. They want to go for a three-peat.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't they? do
I
this
got
kind of move?
yeah. I'm so for this trade in more ways than not. Like for Tampa now. Chicago won this deal. Like, don't mince words about it. Chicago won this deal because that's insane with what they got. It's amazing that they got. However, Tampa is in the position where you do this stuff.
Yeah.
You do this stuff. Do I look
These are
back
the
at
kind of
Pittsburgh
moves
and
that
all
we
of the
got.
little moves we made over the years and be, fuck, oh, what idiots? Like, why? No, we fucking won 2 cups in a row because some of those moves.
Yeah, these
Like-
are the moves that win you cups.
Yeah, exactly. So there's certain teams that you're got to be okay with overpaying, and Tampa's one of those.
Mhm.
So,
Well, and a good point that was brought up about this trade and then the Florida trade, which we'll get to, is that in basketball, there's a rule that protects you from trading multiple first rounds in a row, right? So if you trade like your 2023, you can't then trade your 2024.
Right.
You could-
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because
People
that's
bring
kind of
that
like
up.
an unspoken rule it was for many years in the NHL.
many
And
years,
then
but I
this
think-
past year is just like, fuck that.
And I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay
because
with it.
Teams in like the 80s, for example, needed their picks because you don't want your organization to go under, which quite honestly it could have. There's happened before, could have happened again.
Yeah.
But now these teams are making so much money. A team like Tampa Bay, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, they probably got a pretty penny off of that. I'm sure they're not worried. It's not like they're also struggling to get fans. I'm sure Tampa Bay is one of the most loved teams right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
They
yeah,
are.
exactly.
If
I wouldn't
Florida's
wanna join
selling out without even like winning a playoff round so far, like, and how good they are, Tampa's like,
Yeah.
kings of Florida right now. So, while
So I
we're
think it's
talking,
an interesting topic, but I certainly think it's aged to a point where, like you said, we don't need that anymore. Teams
Yeah.
should be making these trades.
yeah, it makes the world more of a parody, which makes it more fun.
Definitely have not seen teams actually put all their chips in. Like
No.
I know I've seen people pay up pretty big for
For a
players,
guy.
but
Well,
I
hell,
don't
last
really-
year we
I don't
saw it with
really
Mantha.
recall-
Yeah.
like I don't really recall
Not this.
actually seeing teams go like
This,
in.
like
Yeah.
Boston, Florida,
out.
and Tampa
Like,
are.
it's cool.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
like
It's great.
cool.
It
It's
is
awesome.
cool.
Like
It's
I've never
really
seen
cool.
this happen because like it is a good point. Like why
No,
when
what
we
it's gonna.
actually have confidence, like legit confidence in our team to win the Stanley. Like why aren't we putting all of our chips in? Like why not take a draft off like Calgary? Like it's
Yeah.
one draft. Like it's actually one draft in a span of 10 years. Like it's one draft.
Right.
You know, so
Absolutely.
As long as you're not moving all your
but
prospects.
I
like
love
you
the
said, that's
Bagel
what
on
you
this team.
Yeah,
Brings that extra
absolutely.
little bit of offensive kick. He's got that sniping ability, and it's kind of something that's
21
just
goals
missing
on the year.
this year for these guys. It's funny because like they're trying to. I hear they're recreating the third line and stuff
Trying
like that.
to,
but
a variation of it, yeah.
Yeah,
they're
making
just
their
trying to.
way.
They're just trying to sort.
They're
and
getting
make sure
better.
that they have a full lineup, and I think they know they were missing that little extra sniping offensive ability, and
Yeah.
that will slot people in the right spot. Personally, myself, I feel Hagel's going to be in the top 6 and more of a scoring role, and there'll be Colton and other guys on that in the
Yeah.
bottom 6. But that's
Yeah,
just how
I
I
think so.
feel.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be surprising because like you can have Hagel on the third line.
I think
and
he'll
Hagel
play.
would play,
He'll play. I think from the first line to the third line, up and down all the
like
time.
the line I really like
Yeah.
is Killorn, Stamkos, and Hagel. Like I know they're playing. They got
Yeah, that could be good.
on that line, but just kind of bring it back from like their last playoff runs and
Right.
stuff. Hey,
Yeah, absolutely. Now I got a trade
But
here
that sort of thing, and then they can do their Palat, Point, and Kucherov.
Yes. Let's move off of this because we've talked far too long on this already. I do want to bring up a trade that almost happened with Hagel, so I will throw it to you guys. Is with the Leafs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought this
Um,
was cool.
This was very
Nice.
interesting, and I want to know what you guys think of it. So I'll start with Jordan, then throw it to Chase. What you guys think? So starting off is Hagel and Marc-Andre Fleury to the Leafs, assuming Fleury's 50% retained, doesn't say, in exchange for Peter Mrazek, Matthew Nyes, and first-round picks. So it sounded like there's more. They declined based on the futures involved, the Leafs, and they like their goaltending promise, so they don't love giving up tons for Fleury. But what do you guys think of them trying to get Hagel and Marc-Andre Fleury?
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
a
in
good
terms of
idea.
the Leafs, it makes sense.
Little-
Yeah, I
It's a little-
hate getting
it's a
rid of
little
Matt
insane,
Nyes. It is overly
It's a little
insane.
insane.
So
Just because of I guess where I am at with the Leafs, like I just hate that they've been spending so much the last 3 years. Like why? If they did that move, I'd be really rattled. Like
yeah,
out of all
that's
the
a lot
teams
of
that,
Leaf
like,
fans were rattled on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, the best moves sometimes are the ones that don't make are the ones that aren't made."
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Because like talk about a team that actually can't afford to like just give away future stuff.
Well, they
like,
don't-
You know,
probably
props
them.
to Chicago because they wanted King's ransom and they went out and they got it from Tampa instead.
yeah, absolutely. Moving on, going a little bit speedier, we got the Minnesota Wild and the Anaheim Ducks making a trade, getting Nick Delorier to the Wild in exchange for a 2023 third-round pick. I'm a little surprised it was only a third. People are saying, "Oh my God, Delorier going for a third! This is amazing!" It's like, guys, they were asking for a first all year. Like, this isn't new
Yeah,
news.
it was
Like,
a little-
people are like,
I was shocked it
mind
wasn't at
blown.
least a second.
I
See,
thought
like,
it'd be a second.
I didn't think he was
Or
dynamic
two-thirds.
enough to get a first. That's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't. either.
I
And
was a
there
little
a good market
skeptical
for
on the
first
second too,
players.
but I could understand like a later yeared second, like a 23, 24
And
second.
I was also
but-
expecting a big team to go after him, like a Tampa,
Like a Tampa, right,
or
yeah.
a Colorado, like teams
Yeah.
that are like so
Like,
cap
like
shrunk.
it's a pretty unfair comparison comparing him to Barkley Goudreau.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's just
Certainly.
not.
It's
he's
just the
not that good.
physicality of it
He brings
is.
that side of it exactly. But
Yeah, it's not the
You can compare
skill.
aspects, but as a player, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did
yeah.
he go again? God, I already forgot.
Wild. Minnesota
Oh yeah,
Wild.
right.
So
Nice.
yeah,
nice.
I think
like it. It seems like the Wild are gearing up to make some more moves. So
Yeah, and I mean, if this is the best you'd get for Delorier, then tops off Anaheim, he would have left anyways. I think he's 31. So
Honestly, I didn't really expect depth moves for those guys exactly, but
yeah, they
that's
only
because
want
I
depth
just- I
guys
just
now,
like
seemingly.
Duhaime. I just like
Yeah,
Duhaime.
so do
I don't think that. I think that means he's not playing that trade. So
Yeah, I'm not
you're
sure.
pushing somebody out. So
Someone's obviously going out, but let's get on
either
to.
Nick Bugstad or something. But yeah, hey.
Yeah, very well could be
yeah, the
said.
big
Going
trades
on.
now.
Yeah, the two big trades. Starting off with, let's continue with the Anaheim theme. Anaheim and Boston making a huge deal as the Boston Bruins acquire Hampus Lindholm and Cody Caron. Hampus Lindholm was 50% retained and signed an extension with it at 8 years, $6.5 million. I don't know why it took until like this morning to finalize, because I heard this yesterday.
Yeah, I heard
like
this yesterday too. It was
Chris
quick.
Johnson. Yeah, Chris Johnson tweeted it out yesterday. So
Well, and it was agreed quick that after the trade, it was like less than an hour or two where
Yeah.
this news was coming out.
yeah,
Well, it's like you're not making this move unless
Unless
you're
you
not
are
gonna up
signing
that
them.
unless
Exactly.
there's the
Yes.
contract
Especially
rate.
with
what
what
they
they
sent.
gave, what they
Yeah,
sent.
with what
So
they
let's
sent.
get into what they sent. The Anaheim Ducks receive a 2022 first round pick. I do not remember if this is protected in any way. Sorry. Second round pick in 2023, a second round pick in 2024, John Moore and Euro Vakanainen. Wow.
No, nothing is protected.
No?
I would
Okay.
like to kick this off because
kick
I
it
just
off.
want to break it down that I believe the 2024 second round pick pays for taking John Moore,
And the
and
retention.
then the rest of the deal is for Hampus Lindholm. So I think it's technically really Vakanainen, a first round pick, and then next year's a second round pick for Hampus Lindholm. Because yeah, John Moore's like 1.65 buried.
Yeah, it's like 2.7 on the cap.
2.7 actually on your roster, which maybe they actually end up playing.
They might play him, so
He's got an extra year next year. He's
Yeah.
got on his deal, so it's a decent amount of money. I kind of say that because of like the Nick Ritchie sort of move there, somewhat comparable, and
yeah, except he's
but-
an actually playing.
yeah. So a little bit
And
different. but
lighten
you're
it
just
up
taking
crazy.
on a cap there. But yeah, no, I it seemed like so much off the start.
It
But
did,
once I took those two out of the equation, I was like,
and
that
the
makes sense.
extension. Yeah, it made sense. It looks like a lot. Like it really, really does. I'm still looking at like, wow, that's a lot just from first glance. But yeah, like you
a
breaking it
way
down
I
like that,
like
absolutely.
a way I like to also look at it with these defenseman swaps is you're getting somebody who is at his peak and his prime for the next 4 years.
Yeah, for someone
And,
who's
fills a
and-
role that's needed as
Yes.
well, right?
desperately.
And you're getting somebody back that can be probably as good as him,
Yeah,
but it will be 5,
But
6 years.
it
from
will
now,
be down
or
the road.
4 years
Exactly.
from now.
It
So,
will
like,
take
you-
time, but he has that potential
Yeah.
for sure.
You
Yeah.
actually get your replacement, and then you also
get
get
picks.
your percentage of possibility on players through
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
picks, and that's what you get for waiting
Yeah.
or
Oh,
having
yeah.
to deal with making another trade. Like, this is obviously this
Insane.
points
Perfect.
quite clearly to them
Yeah.
maybe making a
Props to
chicken trade.
Anaheim for this
but-
deal,
Yeah,
because this
I-
is the exact deal they needed and wanted to make with Hampus Lindholm.
I'm
if it
very
works
glad.
out.
Yeah, I'm very glad you brought that up, Chase, the chicken of it all. This opens up that door. It doesn't open up that door. It takes off the fucking hinges, man. Like, Chikrin,
Oh, Ben Sherratt inflated the defensive market.
absolutely. So for the price getting, but them getting Chikrin, Anaheim makes the most sense in the world. The most sense. He fits
Now
their
they've got the
timeline
assets.
probably perfect. They can
Oh,
give up.
more than perfect.
They have how many first round picks already? Like,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
now they've got more than the assets, more than the need. So yeah, I certainly wouldn't count Anaheim out now.
absolutely. And so
But
obviously,
on the Bruins side, I think it's like I said earlier. It's cool that you're putting all your chips in. It's great you signed them. Like they didn't touch a fucking. That's the other thing is that it looks like a lot, but they didn't touch nothing on their team. Like
Yeah.
nothing. Brackninen technically probably should have been playing, but they're trying to be like one of the best teams in the league, so that's why he's not playing. So
I actually got some news on what
perfect.
Boston's thoughts are for the deadline a little bit. Just for next year's, honestly. It everything revolves around Patrice Bergeron with this team.
Yeah.
Like they literally came out and said, if Bergeron wants to retire, he can retire anytime. If he wants to keep playing, he will be a Bruin. Now, and they said they're gonna go for it every single year that Bergeron's a Bruin now, which makes complete sense. And Bergeron says he isn't gonna retire unless he will retire the second he's no longer elite. So if he drops down to even like a third line center and is only good enough for that, he's done. He's well done. He's probably done before that.
Yeah. So to me, that guarantees he's playing next year because
he's having a fantastic year.
You have to have a shit year to realize you're not elite, unless you're just noticing this like in the off season, going in like, I don't feel so epic.
For years. When does Bergeron slow down? Truthfully, we've been saying for years that he should have 5 years ago.
Absolutely, and he's about to win a Selke. Literally.
Like,
so.
the guy should have
he hasn't
slowed down
slowed
miles
down
ago,
at
but he's
all.
still going. So who knows, really? Realistically, only him.
Absolutely. But yeah, obviously with Hampus Lindholm too, I just want to throw in there, this helps Boston so much with the puck moving from the back end. They have none. They've got, I looked at a chart it's in 4 different categories of like boring but stable, basically. 3 of their main 6 D-men are there, and then 2-way elite, perfect 2-ways, there are other 3 D-men. So they had no offensive flair from the back end to break out and create.
Yeah, I think him and Carlo are going to be just an awesome tandem.
I heard they're going to be playing him with McAvoy to start.
Yeah, I think they'll play him with McAvoy.
To start.
Jesus, just put all your best players.
That's just what I saw when people are throwing out lines and
to start off,
analysts
honestly, to warm them up, to get them in.
Yeah.
You put them with the guy that, like, this is the epitome of what we want our defensemen to do.
Yeah.
So you play with him.
Yeah.
Figure out how to do
if
that.
you do 55%
of
of what McAvoy does, you will be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, so I absolutely love it. Absolutely. Yeah, one more year guaranteed for Bergeron. I'll tell you that right now. Swayman is 922.5K next year. Like, he'll come back.
Yeah,
even if they win. Honestly, I think even if they won the cup, I wouldn't be surprised if Bergeron came back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because even like Maroon, a lot of these guys were like, man, I feel more driven to win the Stanley Cup this year after we won. Like, so.
Oh yeah, it's the day of retiring on top is seemingly stopping.
Yeah, just to throw out a quick rumor with Boston that I kind of feel wise, if they're trading Jake DeBrusk, I think it's I think they're getting a rental. I don't think they're gonna go get like a
I heard
like a Garland or something like
Garland,
that.
Yeah.
Like I know it's the rumor that he's going there. But I feel like it should be a rental unless they plan in the offseason to move like a Foligno or shed some cap some other ways. Maybe that's what's going on. But
I mean, Halla would be a nice player.
They could let go of one of these defensemen, Riley or Forbert.
I think
in this deal with DeBrusk or something, or
in the offseason or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I feel like they got their cap is they're not overpaying anyone where it's like nobody will take this, right? So I think you just make the best team you can. And if you got to get a guy term, I think you do it with Boston. You get as much value as you can for a couple of years, right? That just what I think you should do. But
yeah, no. So interested.
Absolutely.
Boston's playing. They're just so epic.
Yeah, they're playing real good.
More epic.
Oh, the East is too good, man. Too fucking good. Let's move on, though. It's going to be so fun. So fun. But let's move on to the biggest trade. Fair to say. Let's talk about the Claude Giroux trade with Florida Panthers. So the Florida Panthers acquire Claude Giroux, 50% retained, Connor Bunnaman, German Rubitsov, and a 4th-round pick in 2024 in exchange for Owen Tippett, a 3rd-round pick in 2023, and a 1st-round pick in 2024. Now, I want to preference this. I already mentioned it. Florida don't have their 1st-round pick this draft, next draft, and the following draft.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say before I throw it to you boys.
My what I want to say is that apparently Colorado and Boston had better offers for
Yeah.
Claude Giroux, but
Yeah.
obviously with him having a no-move clause, it was up to Claude Giroux.
Yeah,
so.
he fully said he wanted to go to Florida. And it's also worth noting, too, that Florida were trying to fleece them real hard for a while until finally Fletcher said, no, fuck you. We just won't give them to you if you don't give us closer to what people are offering. So,
yeah, give us anything. Like,
yeah, exactly. It sounded like when I first saw it.
It almost sounded like he was like, just give them to me. Like,
Well, when this trade came down, at first I heard it was Owen Tippett for Giroux, and I'm like, wait, what? That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like stunned. And I made 4 fucking different TikToks on this because the trade changed 4 times. So that's why I was a little annoyed about it. Like, then all of a sudden picks are coming in and prospects, and it changed my whole view on this trade, actually. At first I was heavily criticizing the Flyers, and I even said they will fire Fletcher after this. Then obviously the picks came in.
But there's nothing you can do for Florida for Philadelphia. Like, if you really want to respect the guy, like, one thing that I gotta say is that they did this. That means he's probably coming back to the Flyers.
I disagree. Funny enough,
I
have a different team. I think he's gonna be an Ottawa Senator. I think they're gonna pay him so much money. Ooh, interesting.
I don't see why the team would make a move like this unless they plan on keeping him.
Oh, I don't know how they can
that's
do
a
that.
hefty price for 20 games of Claude Giroux.
Unless he's getting paid for like $4 million. I don't see how that works. I think he's gonna be a Senator.
They did get a first rounder, which ain't too bad, which is so far away.
Philly.
Philly did not get at all what they wanted. That's 100% sure.
No.
Like, that's why I think that, like, to actually take this deal, like, was Giroux's actually like a no move clause? Like, he couldn't get traded to anyone?
Yeah, I feel like he would have waived it to Colorado if they said, like, no, we're not making a deal with Florida. Like, I feel if they put their foot down, I bet.
Yeah,
like, I understand.
We can't do that deal, then yeah, I think he would have accepted.
If it was so bad,
what I'm saying, like, he has to be going back to the Flyers if they're doing this deal then, because, like, why would you not?
So.
Like, if you actually don't think, like,
I don't know,
why would you not get the most? Why would you not get the most? Like,
because is it because he's the most respected Flyer? He's probably the most respected Flyer of all time.
No move clause. Yeah,
I think
A, they're respecting their captain positions, and B, the no move clause puts them in a shit spot.
Yeah, well then he better sign back with them, or else I'd be just insanely ticked about all that.
Oh, me too.
I'd be fully regretting that trade. And
really
not taking that Colorado trade if he doesn't sign back.
Like, yeah. Funny enough, that's so funny you say that, because you and I literally did a flip-flop over the past 24 hours because I was shitting on Philly so hard now, and I'm actually leaning more towards I like this deal for Philly. I like Owen Tippett. I love Owen Tippett. So no, I'm not saying you didn't say that. No, I understand you're not saying that you hate Owen Tippett. Or you're not saying any of this stuff. You're not saying Flyers doing anything good. But like at first, I hated this deal for Flyers. And then I started looking into it more and hearing more stuff. I really think this is the best thing because I don't think he was going to be a Flyer next year, regardless if they traded him or not. I really don't.
And if that is the case, then they got value for a guy that was leaving for.
Yeah. Ottawa is really interested.
Oh my God.
And the reason why I think it's possible is because they have the money. What if they want to pay him 2 years, $10 million? They can do that.
They'll
easy.
Make a splash on this free agent.
I don't, and they want to be better. Ottawa. They need to start getting better and showing they're a good team. So that's what Elliot Friedman said also too. So like I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Like he has a home right outside of Ottawa, right by the rink.
Oh yeah,
makes a lot of sense for the family. Yeah. So interesting that we all have different teams where we think he'll sign, which is kind of cool. Yeah. But no, I do like the deal for the Flyers because, like I said, don't think Giroux was going to be a Flyer next year, regardless.
And like you said, if that really is the case, if he was gone for free, then literally getting anything for him is fantastic. Yeah, and I want to know what the other deals were to see how much better they were. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, if you knew he wasn't going to sign, like, that's what's rattling with Lindholm is that, like, how do you get so much for somebody you didn't get a contract done with? Like, that just rattles me.
Yeah.
It's like the other teams, every other team knows that you're not going to sign this guy, but they'll look at each other and outbid each other to the max to get him. And it's just like, what a straight.
Well, know what?
Maybe when they went to the table, Anaheim is like, all right, we have agreed a contract with him, So if you don't accept this, he's staying here and he's going to be here for the long haul.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna
also
force the hand.
Which maybe that's what happened, and they kind of lied to us by saying that they
Yeah.
couldn't reach extension agreements. Because,
I'm
Yeah.
sure
like,
that shit
honestly,
happens
half of the
all
shit
the
we
time.
hear is not true. Like, they don't tell us what's going on.
No,
Like,
no.
why would they tell us what's going on? Like,
like
I'm
Yeah.
sure that
fucking
shit happens
personal
all the
business,
time
you
where
know?
players are getting their values inflated or deflated based on rumors.
well,
Yeah,
let's be honest. You ask like, how are we getting so much? It's just Ben Sherrod's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And Ken
Yeah,
Hughes
Ben
is like he
Sherrod
got
is
far
the
too
reason
much.
market.
I told you guys, like, I hated that deal so much because it inflated everything.
Mhm.
Everything.
Yeah, the defensive
That's
market.
You got to get that guy. Those are the guys that get away with cross-checking people in front of the net. Like, those are key in the playoffs, man.
No,
Like,
certainly. Just the
need
price
those
tag,
guys.
right?
Yeah.
It's the price tag.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just
No,
yeah,
but
it's crazy.
like I said, like,
Crazy.
it scares me that they actually, like, super awesome that you were respectful to Giroux and everything, if that's the case. But, like, if you knew he wasn't, like, for surely coming back, like, I would have 100%
I
taken
mean,
the better offer and said, sorry, Giroux, like, I love you, but, like,
You
if you
couldn't though.
promise
He
you're
has a
coming
no
back,
move
or you have
clause.
no reason to come back or something like that. Like,
That's
yeah,
the
on the
thing.
Flyers,
I know it makes
on
more
the Flyers,
sense
I don't
as
want to go into
Philly
an
to
actual
take
rebuild again with
it
the
makes
team
more
they have.
sense as Philly to take the better deals, but quite simply you can't. He has a no move clause. He won't
Yeah.
waive it if he doesn't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
I-
a complete no move.
It's a complete no move.
Yeah, it's a complete no move. So
It's
it's
he had to waive.
Okay, I was assuming it was like a 2 or
no,
3
no,
or
no,
something
no,
like that.
no. It's
No move.
complete.
He had to waive
Okay,
it.
sorry, that makes
Okay.
sense. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that's
fuck.
why I flip flopped so much because I saw it was complete no move. If it wasn't, I agree with you. You take Colorado. You don't
take
just
your
say that's
Yeah,
like
hey.
yeah, I understand what
Okay,
you're saying
yeah.
now. That makes complete more sense.
That's like if Getzlaf wanted to leave and you've got an offer from LA for 2 firsts, or you got an offer from Minnesota for
and he
a
says he
third.
was being a wild.
Yeah, he'd rather be a wild, so you take the third instead of the 2
Yeah.
firsts.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyways,
That's fucking
crazy, hey?
man.
It is.
Cool.
It really
It
is.
is.
Team's gonna be good, man. Like that
I hope
Florida
so.
team. Like,
Can
that's-
I say
That's-
I don't-
something?
I don't
Price for
see
a
how it
first round
helps them
exit.
that much. Like, to me, it doesn't push them over the edge. Like, maybe it
Florida?
will. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll show me like that he can like help this team so much more. But like, I don't see Giroux making like giving them like that extra step or that extra push. Like that doesn't.
It's gonna make their
Like,
power
unless he shows
play,
me
their
that,
second
like,
power
in the
play.
last 20 games. But like, yeah, hey, yeah,
It'll
like,
make their power play better.
should that for sure, right?
Maybe it's an extra guy for faceoffs. Like, how nice is it the fact that you have
True that. True that.
Giroux who can play draws, Barkov,
Dude, it's
Lundell, and who's the
something-
second line? Is it Reinhardt the center or is
It's,
it
Bennett.
Verhe? Is it Bennett the center? Yeah. So
Yeah, like that's a good point. They might play him, Bennett, and Huberto together, and that would just be because
It's
I'm
gonna
pretty sure
start with
Giroux and
Barkov.
Huberto are fist bumping, hanging out. Like I'm pretty sure they're pretty cool buddies.
yeah, he's starting off with Barkov and Verhage is what I heard. So,
Peace.
That'll be very decent.
Because they want to fill that Maxime Mammon, that
Yeah.
random spot that they.
Well, they
needed
probably want
whoever
Marchman
wants
to play
play.
fourth line instead of first line, right?
Yeah.
Like Marchman's dope. You'd love to play him as your fourth line, grindy guy. But
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like I said. I've said that lots. Having 2 face-off guys, it's
Yeah.
nice to have somebody who can take a left and a right-handed face-off
Yeah,
all the
absolutely.
time. So that will be pretty key. So I don't
For
know.
sure.
They're gonna have to prove it to me, but I
I agree.
I do not think the Florida Panthers will win the Stanley
I
Cup. Like I just do
don't-
not at all.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
sorry.
this was a
don't know why.
waste. I
love
really.
this team. I fucking love this team. I've been watching this team for so long. I've been saying this team's good when this team wasn't good for like 4 years. I was saying Huberto was a good player before people even thought he was an elite player. And,
Yeah.
like, I feel bad if they.
Well, and you
don't
know
win.
what?
Like, I really feel bad if they don't like go far.
I
The biggest
honestly.
thing too is they just lost Aaron Ekblad.
Yeah,
That's not.
I
That's a
I
kick
heard
in the
it's
gut. What
not
happened last year when
as.
that happened.
Yeah, I heard it's not as bad as originally thought. Thank God. That sounds like he should be back sooner. But yeah, it's
From
sketchy.
what I've heard, he won't return for the regular season.
Okay.
Playoffs, I don't know, but the regular season, he's not coming back for.
Yeah, I heard it was just they panicked and they say it's way better than they originally thought. That's the only news I
That's-
got. But
I
they
mean,
thought
originally-
season ending, like playoff ending.
Yeah,
season.
originally it looked bad. He couldn't put any weight on it. He had to push himself to the boards.
Do you
like,
know
on
what
his
happened?
knees.
by any chance? Like
I'll,
what it was that's hurt?
I can
he-
read out what's
I
going on.
can't
I'll just
remember
look
who
at-
it was. One of the
Uh,
Florida players was sliding along the ice, and he knocked Ekblad's feet out from under him, and Ekblad tumbled over top of him.
Yeah. What's the so Chase? What do you got there? You said you have some.
Yeah, Ekblad left Friday's game, lower body injury, but nothing structural. Will be
There.
reevaluated
So that means no
Saturday. So
broken
there should be
bones.
more.
That's
news.
good. That's instant
Um,
good news though for term
Yep.
at least.
If he comes back for the playoffs, that's what they need. Because if he's out
Yeah.
for the playoffs, that's like losing the heartbeat of your team.
Oh
Yeah,
man, what
well-
if they add another fucking guy because he's under the cap? If he can be out
Well,
to the
and
playoffs.
It's important to note they did add
sidelined long
shortly
time.
after this came out. I think when they were still panicking, they traded for Robert Haig. They traded a
Yes.
sixth for him, which
Yeah.
I didn't see them making a depth defenseman move. But obviously, if you miss a guy like Aaron Ekblad, you're not sure if he'll be back. Getting another body makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's a good depth move.
yeah,
It's
and I
just
mean,
a six at the end of the day. Clearly, Florida doesn't care about the picks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
no
Aaron
shit, eh?
Ekblad put on LTIR, so
Yeah,
he'll be
he's
out
on
for that exact
LTIR, so he
period.
will miss
Yeah.
the regular season.
Crazy.
oof, fuck. Wow, interesting. But that's all we got for official trades. Do you guys have any final things you guys want to mention on the Giroux thing or any of these? Or
No, I mean, I think this
Uh,
is just the start. I think it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get better.
I'm excited for tomorrow, man.
Yeah,
I'll
tonight
bring
and
up
tomorrow are
some-
gonna be good.
Bring up some random rumors I'm seeing. They're talking Flurry
Oh,
pretty hard to the
well here I
Wild
got
here.
so many rumors. So can we go by team instead? Because I have rumors on damn near every team. So I would like to.
Sure,
We can
I
start
guess
with the
so.
Wild. Start with the Wild.
Whatever,
You got
go ahead.
Flurry. No, you got
that's
Flurry.
all.
That's it.
That's
That's all you got with Flurry. Okay. Moving on to the Wild here. What else? Also hearing they really wanted to get Christian Dvorak. They were very heavy in trying to get him, but they couldn't make the money work because of the buyouts, unfortunately, of Suter and Parise. Just another dagger for that. Like we've been talking about this for over a year now, about how crazy this could get, and they need to be smart about it. And if they can't even afford a $4 million Dvorak under the cap, that's terrifying for next year and 3 years. So that's the first
Well,
player.
it makes sense why they might go for a guy like Fleury in that case. You can move Cam Talbot, that's $3.5 million. You bring in Fleury, who's on an expiring deal at a retained salary. Fleury's probably like what, $3 million?
Yeah, it depends on if you get a second party or a third
Yeah,
party. Sorry.
right, So I certainly think this could, if they make that Fleury deal, it obviously is good for the playoffs, but more importantly, I think it shores up cap for next year, which this is a team that needs to worry about it.
Yes, they really do.
Because next year it gets worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's when it kicks in, the buyout stuff.
Yeah.
What is it again, Chase? Is it $7.5 million for 2 years and then 6.5?
It's fully for both contracts like 4 mil right now, and then it's 12 mil, a little over 12 mil next year, and then it's like 14 or something like that.
Yeah,
for like 2
yeah.
or 3 years.
Like
Ugh.
cap is gonna become their number one friend and their number one enemy.
Yeah,
They're
no kidding.
apparently looking at Johan Larson as well, the old Wild.
Yeah, they're looking at adding some
Nice
depth.
2
beauty.
years at 1.4 million. That'd be a good guy to pick up at a retain. Potentially. I don't know if Arizona can retain anymore, but
Yeah, they still have
Yeah,
an
we'll
available
see.
spot.
I think they might have
They only
one
have
left.
one.
I know they're
retention
doing one
spot,
with
so
I think they're saving it for Kessel, yeah.
yeah.
But and then one other name throughout there, Austin Watson. They're keeping tabs on
Yeah.
him. So
I've been hearing that too, and I think that's a wicked move for them. Great
yeah,
depth.
they're
I'd
really
say.
looking at only depth, which might shock a lot of people. But I wondered if they should not go for it after
Oh,
the past few
oh.
month and
the
a half.
way Hartman and Goudreau have played for these guys, like wow. Like you can't
Give
you can't
them
tell
that-
them. You can't just
No.
look at them and be like, no, you're gonna play fourth line now,
Yeah.
Goudreau or Hartman. Like
Absolutely.
we're gonna bring in somebody that's gonna do
Yeah,
your
Ryan
job.
Hartman.
that
Yeah,
you've
they're
been literally
turning-
doing all year. Like
Absolutely.
So, I don't know.
So
I feel them. I feel them. Like it sucks because I really wanted them to beef it up because like I actually do believe there's a magical way for this team to win this year. But
yeah, I definitely could see that. Like, if there's a miracle on ice recreation of a team, it's Minnesota. Like, that's all I got. Do you guys have any news on Minnesota that I didn't bring up? Nope. Okay.
not that I.
Moving on. Next team I got on the list here is the Kraken. Now, I don't have anything on the Kraken other than Giordano obviously sitting out, and they want a first for him. Do you guys have anything on the Kraken? Any news?
Nope.
that you wanted to bring up?
No, nothing other than
Nothing great?
probably what
Nothing,
everybody's heard.
just that they're
Leafs
holding for him
looking
on
at
there.
Geo.
Oh, Susie. Actually, I did hear. This is more of an
Susie with
Edmonton.
Edmonton?
Yeah, Susie and
Yeah.
Edmonton have been linked, so that's one thing. But with the
I do
price
know
of
they're
I
D-man,
guess
holding
the
quite
only-
firm on their value of Mark Giordano, which why wouldn't you, especially at the market right now?
I guess this pertains to Seattle. The Cali Yarncroke, Washington, and LA were
Very
got
interested, yeah.
outbidded apparently.
Yep.
In that, those were the other two teams that were bidding for him.
Yep.
But
That's
yeah,
correct.
and,
So we're good
yeah,
with the Kraken.
Rangers and Toronto seem to be the two
The
teams
Geo
that are going to get
favorites.
Geo, which
Yeah.
is kind of funny because that's like what we said from like way fucking
I
back.
think
Like,
I think
that was, like, the
Toronto's gonna get
original
Geo.
Rumors, hey.
I think Toronto's gonna get Geo for a second and a prospect because they really don't want to give up their first round pick. So I think that's looking very, very likely. That'll happen. Moving on, I got the San Jose Sharks. I just got one thing to bring up. This is more of an Elliot Friedman thinking out loud thing about San Jose Sharks, but worth
I have
bringing
something
up.
on the Sharks as well.
Vlasic. Big talks about this as
Pickles.
he was
Going
talking
to the
about
win.
talking about the Hurdle contract, and he's like, I get everyone's woes about giving him that long of an extension. However, they may be talking about buying out Vlasic this offseason. And I calculated it.
Pretty intense.
And just give me one.
Yeah.
I'll find it again here just so I have it exact numbers. But it wasn't that bad, actually.
I'm sure you can move it. I'm sure that like what I've thought about with this is, can you not like give up first round picks from like the future where like you can
I would rather buy him
use
out.
that to shed him or something like that? Yeah, but you get all of the money off. Like you want to win a cup, you should probably make sure you can get all that money off, because once you buy it out, there ain't no going back. That money's on there.
Here's
nothing you can do about it.
absolutely.
At least if you keep Pickles and try to trade him or give up a bunch of first round picks, that I don't know. I think the cap space would be better. The full cap space would be better than buying them out. But go ahead.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. I hate that. I hate that more than anything in hockey for trading. Trading away a contract and giving a first just to take it is...
Yeah, it's not fun.
I hate it so much, more than anything, because it screws a team more ways than you think. I think picks are far too valuable to not get something back. I do. So the first year, it would be 3.6. Second year, 1.4. Third year, 4 million. Fourth year, 5 million. And then for the last 4 years, it's 1.6. So it's not brutal. 24, 25, and 25, 26 is pretty rough with 4 million and 5. I don't think they're going to be good in that time anyways. So I think I'm fine with it, personally. Now, if you can wait, I hate
the buyouts because of the whole jump up in salary and the random. Like, look at what Florida's got to deal with next year. They bought out Yandel. Like, yeah, it's cool. They're fucking awesome this year. But like, are you gonna
and I think San Jose is in the perfect spot to buy out, though. I think they suck so bad that you buy this out, and the cap doesn't matter. Do you think Ottawa cares that they're not spending like $5 million, or they have $10 million of cap? No. So if that's just being paid in buyouts, and you're not spending that money anyways, do you care? And I just don't think San Jose's good enough.
I want to be good. I want to be good when Hurdle in that.
And that's why I hated the contract.
When, like, Hurdle and Meyer and those guys are going to be still good, and your older players like Burns and Carlson and Couture will still be viable, good options.
I don't know about that.
That's a terrible fucking couple years right there to have these buyouts on.
I personally think Carlson, Burns at least will be bottom pairing guys by 2025 at minimum. If not 2024. If
the $4 and $5 million was moved up a year, so it only affected them the next 3 years, I'd be all about this fucking buyout. But that extra year kind of makes me real worried, because that'd be a time I'd want to really for surely go for it. But maybe I can rely on min-league deals. Like, I'd have to look at.
I think you could
everything
with what the drafts they're going to be coming to get, like. That they're going to be picking over the next years. Eklund you could give him a bridge deal until that buyout's done. Like
that would be the first year of Eklund's contract.
So yeah, you just give him a 1-year bridge,
entry
2-year
entry level
bridge
or something.
at like whatever.
Yeah, just
So
explain the situation. I'm
I
an athlete to understand.
yeah, I personally think this is the best route because I just don't think San Jose is gonna be good enough, and even if they are, I don't think they're gonna be spending fully up to the cap anyways at 2025. So that's just where my mind goes with it.
No,
Worth bringing up with Vlasic.
It's probably the best idea because of like the cap actually going
It
up in the
really
next
is.
Yes.
years. Like this
Because
probably,
Vlasic at this point is quite literally dead cap.
yeah.
So
He's a $2 million guy making $7.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. So and the game's getting faster, and Burns definitely isn't. So I worry about that.
But while
and
we're
such. So,
on
while we're on the
San
Sharks,
Jose, I would like to bring up what Hurdle told reporters.
absolutely
He
go
was
for it.
like, "My heart was always with the Sharks, but he needed to be convinced the team was going to try to win. This is a commitment to winning now, to pushing forward." Will said. One thing I've always remembered about San Jose, Doug Wilson said that in 2002, 2003, a year they missed the playoffs for the first time in 6 seasons, the ticket sales dropped. The franchise was always skittish about rebuilds after that. And a lot of teams are also nervous about it coming out of COVID. So that's also a super good point. But
It's extremely fair.
it's just nice to hear that Hurdle said his heart's with the Sharks and that the team wants to actually do so. That's why I brought up what I brought up.
No, that's fair.
Like, more like San
those
Jose
buyouts
have
could get in the
some
way.
sort of direction in mind.
Yeah,
At
they
least
clearly
direction
have a
that's compelling enough for him.
they clearly have
And
a far
another
different
thing is,
direction
like-
than I think.
Like think
way
about
different.
Winnipeg. Think about all these middling teams. Like, do you sell big? Because like you may as well field a good team, and people keep coming to your games. Possibly,
Well,
like
nothing
that's
is
actually
too-
kind of a not terrible thing to do with COVID being like.
Yeah.
We need to make some money.
Yeah,
sadly, a little
absolutely.
bit
The
now,
thing
is
too is you keep
maybe what they're
playing
thinking.
around for a long time, and fans fall in love with guys. Even
Yeah,
if
there's no
it's
doubt.
depth guys, if somebody
Mhm.
plays on your team for a long time, and you're an avid watcher, that's a name you remember, and that's a name you like.
Yeah, and funny enough, I love how they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go in direction. We're gonna be good." Ah, fuck! Way to shoot yourself in the foot, in my opinion, with those contracts with Carlson to start, and then everyone
hey,
else.
That happened before.
Oh,
like, that's the
absolutely.
thing.
But that
Like
was
I said
bad.
with
We knew
Hurdle,
that from the start. That was
Hurdle-
bad. People.
Like you can't be mad at the Hurdle deal because it's the
Oh,
other ones that you're mad about, not the Hurdle deal.
I can be mad about the Hurdle deal because you can definitely get great value out of him for what Giroux got, and he chose where he went.
Mm-hmm.
You could have got King's ransom for him,
Oh yeah, you
which
could've
would have
got a
been
lot
well more value in my eyes than anywhere the team will be in those 8 years and where he'll be in the lineup. I don't see it. So I still
I'll
don't.
say it again.
I just still don't
Good.
see this team being good.
No, I don't blame you. It seems like this is a team that's stuck in limbo.
Yeah.
I really hope that they make some type of convincing move that says, like, here's our direction.
Yeah, I like their forward group and the potential there, but like from the defense and then to the goaltending scares the
Well,
shit
and
out
they
of me
have
for the
good
future.
defensive prospects as well. That's something San Jose can say.
They got some decent ones, but they don't have a top. They don't have like a guy. Like their guy is Ferrero probably, who's playing now, well, out for the season, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
certainly say it's Ferrero.
I see so many holes that need to be filled before this team can even be a playoff team that I'm so concerned. But I think we should move off the Sharks, unless you guys got any final words. Okay, let's start zooming through some teams. Let's go to New Jersey Devils. A couple guys on the block, some surprising guys. Mackenzie Blackwood and Pavel Zacha. Zacha not as surprising, but
I'm not
Blackwood.
surprised at all by Mackenzie Blackwood.
I am. He's only
Somehow.
25.
Yeah,
I love Blackwood, man. I love
I
Blackwood.
like Mackenzie Blackwood, but the team has come out and said that they are not sure if he's their starting goalie moving forward.
Yeah.
I get that.
Important to note, he has sucked this year. This has been an
Yeah, he's
awful
been-
year for him.
He's also
He has been
injured.
injury prone. He has had COVID issues. Mackenzie Blackwood has been extremely unreliable for this team. And this is a team that wants to compete. So I can understand that if they are like, all right, let's move Mackenzie Blackwood. Let's get a guy who's going to be in there for almost every night. I think that's a good move.
I don't disagree with his season and everything you said about what's happened this year. What did I just say beforehand? He's 25 years old.
Yeah, no, he is young.
Like, that's young for a goalie. That's so young.
Yeah.
That's such a risk to give up on
Yeah,
him
like
now.
they have the time.
It's a
to
risk.
wait.
But
They
they're
have
a team
cap,
that
they
has to
have-
make that risk.
Get a
Right,
second
it's similar-
goalie. Get a
it's
second
similar-
goalie and play both.
Yeah, like they did, and it just didn't work this year. Like
Because
Gil
Bernie
did,
is
you know?
out. Like,
Like, shit happens, you know.
Yeah, they've been
like
stuck with
a
Nico
shit
Dahl.
year. Like, I think they're just trying to feel out and see if they can actually get
Yeah.
a good return because
maybe
they know, like, maybe this isn't going to be as good as we
If-
hoped
if-
Blackwood would be. Like, they've really
Maybe they
believed in
just don't want
Blackwood,
the
and I'm
problem
sure
to
they've
come.
taken a step down on like how much they believe in Blackwood over this last year.
yeah,
but
absolutely.
Just
Not
like
only is the
recency
guy
bias.
injury prone to hell,
So-
but he's also unvaccinated. Like Blackwood just comes with problems that I can understand a team wanting to move
yeah.
on.
I get
Well,
that, but I understand the whole unvaccinated part, but like, when are we gonna just go back to before COVID life where like it's normal with it and we not blame
I
people for
get
that? Where is
at
in
the
3
point
years
where
down the road, is Blackwood being unvaccinated going to be a problem? Probably not, because COVID will be a thing of the past by then. And I
But this is
worry
a team
about
that's challenging right now. They're worried.
they're
about
not
this
good
year.
now. They're not good
They're
now.
worried about next year. They want to.
I get that. And
So
Yeah,
why
they want to
get
start
set
really
guy for
taking
that?
steps.
I understand that, but can you not have Blackwood be a backup if he's for next year and see? At worst case, absolute worst case, take a season with him as a backup and get someone real.
Yeah,
Sign
I
a
agree,
Fleury,
but then-
sign a whoever else is
and if
available
they have
age.
to get a goalie, then they have to give up other assets, right?
Well, fuck,
No,
you
free
could, like-
agency. What, money?
I know.
$3 million to a
Fair
older
enough.
goalie who's decent? I don't see any issue with doing that personally.
Yeah. Like Nico Dawes and John Gillies been playing pretty good. Maybe that's why
Yes.
they feel so good. Like, isn't Nico Dawes pretty?
Yes, he
young,
is. He's
like-
very good. 22.
Yeah, so like the fact
get
he's
that.
playing as good as he is, I think it's okay because like maybe
I'm-
they. It's
I'm
weird
firm
because like
in the mode of if
exactly they're
I'm
trying
Rebel,
to have they're
Black.
trying to like make time, are they not? Or they're trying to win. Wow. They're trying to win more or less now, so it's weird that they're trying to get rid
Why?
of somebody or shopping somebody that would help them just be a competitive team.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
but-
all for like being a competitive team and everything, being better. They need to be better. They need to grow. But the fact that they think they are a chance to win, they're out of their fucking mind. Maybe
Every team
playoffs.
does, I think.
Maybe playoffs.
I don't
And
think so. They got a great group of guys here. Like
they're
great
not
group of guys
ready
here.
yet.
They could be a
They're
switch
Russian.
flip from just being really good all of a sudden. But I'm not like saying they're for surely making the playoffs next
Yeah.
year.
I mean,
but
I
I
love
think it
Kenzie
wouldn't be
Bond.
out of this world for them to
Starter, and
click.
I think he has great potential, but I just understand the team is not in a position where they can work around those issues. They need
Yeah.
somebody who is going to be there night in and night out, and he's
Yeah.
not that guy.
But yeah, tough
Oh.
year for their goaltending. for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, let's talk about another guy the Devils have on the block that's even stupider. Ty Smith. Okay, explain
Yeah.
that one to me.
I can't explain
No
that.
shit.
one,
Like,
buddy.
like this is why I have the issue with it. Like the fact that Ty Smith and them are in these conversations is
I
is
can understand a Ty Smith move if they're going for a blockbuster deal, but
yeah,
that's it.
a Chikrin.
Yeah, like a blockbuster.
That's it. They're,
I
like
can't understand any other move.
I don't know. I really hate how they're thinking because I think this is going to be a big downfall of this team if they keep
Maybe the
thinking
Devils are
they're
just
over
like,
good.
These guys are potentially for sale if you make it worth it. That could just
Oh,
be what
yeah.
they're
Yeah, it very well could be it, but it's if they're serious. and
It's
that's
just
fine.
weird that
It's
like
weird.
they're just randomly shopping guys that had injury issues
And-
off year this year.
Yeah,
Like, why
sell
is-
a guy low.
is
Why
this
would
the
you do
time?
that?
Like, why are you asking about their trade value
Yes.
right now?
Yes, that's a
Like, are
great
you,
point.
Are you asking for their trade value right now because they're at their low and you want to see people offer you things so that you're just like, oh, I feel way better about this guy because somebody else thinks he's worth a second round pick right now.
Yeah, like
You know, like I feel bad about
if
it
that's
this
what
year,
you
but
need to
I don't
feel
know
better
if that's
about
gonna-
yourself as a GM, you should not be a GM.
just rattling.
You should not have someone pat your back, be like, it's okay that you didn't draft the right goalie. Shut the fuck up. We don't care. Like, people make mistakes. GMs make mistakes. Every GM. Stop crying
Yeah.
about it. So,
and
Oh, let's get to the big ticket item, boys.
okay, get her off.
Justin Braun. Toronto, St. Louis, Nashville, the Kings looking at Justin Braun here, boys.
Yeah,
I
looking
did
for
not
that
want
depth
name to follow that sentence.
piece.
yeah, I love it. Honestly, I think a team should really get him. He's not going to be worth too much, I don't think. Most a third, I think.
No, and like you said, he's not going to be worth much, but to a playoff team, his value goes up.
Absolutely. I'd
No
love
doubt,
like
no doubt.
Tampa to get him. Oh, that'd be good. He'd
Yeah,
be
that
so
would be
good.
pretty sweet.
At like 800K or something, if you 50% retain that,
I don't know if people
or
are
900.
making up these rumors, but I love the idea of Scott Mayfield being retained to be like a min-league
Mid-league.
contract to Tampa.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit! Like
That'd be decent.
they have this year's first round pick, so
Yeah.
I think they could easily do it.
They also have 2 4th-round picks they got in the Hagel deal they can use to retain salary, which is nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and like with Mayfield, you could even trade like Cal Foot in that deal, and get him retained to be the exact same money as Foot or something like that.
Yeah,
and then you have somebody like Mayfield for next year as well. Like,
yeah, that'd be pretty
I
decent.
wonder what else they have up their sleeve, because I heard
They're not done. They're not done.
So that's
I don't think so.
Holy shit.
They were done, but the last time he said that, they went out and got Corey Perry. So
Yeah. Well, we were on Philly. I just got one thing to throw out there. We kind of brought this up already. Chase did at least. Provorov and Sanheim are available on the block, but if one goes, don't expect the other one to go. So
yeah, exactly.
and they're feeling it out, by the way. And at first it seemed like Sanheim was very possible, but he plays with Risto, and they like Risto a lot, so they're probably keeping Sanheim. And St. Louis is very interested in both these guys. Very interested.
Yeah, this is just simply Philly's like, hey guys, like we're basically open for anything. Like if
we're in a position where we need to
if you can find a deal that makes sense for both of us, we'll probably do it. Like, you know,
they're in a position where they can literally hear any offer. They don't have to accept it, but they can certainly at least entertain it.
Oh, absolutely. And jumping back on Tampa, like you were just throwing, I have 2 players just throwing the block. Like you said, they're not done. They are forwards. I didn't throw any D. But Tyler Mott and Parise have been question marks big time about them. Parise wants to win a cup. I think this one might be done. Man. I wonder if Parise will actually get done to like Tampa, Colorado, like for like a 7th or whatever condition, just or 5th, whatever the case is, like for anything. Because he wants to win a cup, and I would love to see him win a cup. So
there's a reason he took that small contract. Yeah. So then he could for surely get traded to a cup team. So
absolutely.
If not,
moving off Tampa, if you guys need to jump in with the team and bring up, jump in. By the way, because I'm gonna zoom through because we're running low on time. So the Oilers, lots of interest in your Red Wing, Mark Stahl and Dean Kukin.
Yeah, buddy, Marky Stahl.
Yeah,
I can't wait to just release Kenny again.
I'm so that's gonna be so funny.
Second round pick for half retained Mark Stahl. Actually, it'll probably be more because we'll take like 2 contracts.
He's a vet. Yeah, you'll get more for him because he's a vet.
Oh, and it is worth noting though that they do not want to go crazy at the deadline. The Oilers, they're not going to be throwing away first prospects and stuff like that. So don't expect.
Dog. Woodcroft knows what he's doing with this group, dog.
Yeah, sure.
Fucking
playoffs.
Tippett. What a waste of fucking time that was for this whole year.
Yeah, a little bit.
Possibly last year.
Possibly. I don't know. Tippett's coaches are weird, man. I think any Oilers coach is cursed at this point.
Certain coaches are just good at like being the mediocre team, like the growing guy. Like if they're just
you need those guys.
Push it to the Stanley Cup, winning everything. Like I don't know, people. Like I guess you're just not that guy. Like
absolutely.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Breaking trade.
Oh, we got breaking trade. What do you got?
Giordano.
Oh, he did. Oh wow,
dude! I just saw that Leafs put Mrazek on waivers. Like, is that actually real?
Wait, what?
I don't know if that's real, but Mark Giordano to the Leafs.
Yeah, called it, boys. We started that.
Yeah,
definitely. No, fuck you. Fuck everyone else. We started that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anyone say Gio to the Leafs until I said it.
Oh, really?
Well, going with it.
Requested it earlier in the season, so it's likely that he's going to be part of the package returning to Seattle.
Oh, Travis Dermott. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Knew it. And 2nd round pick probably. I'm not surprised Dermott. I feel bad. Oh, he was so distraught knowing that last night was his last game as a Leaf probably. And he grew up around the team. He loved the team growing up. You should, if you guys saw his picture on Twitter of his first goal, his face of it, I've never seen someone more happy scoring the first goal for a team. So that's really unfortunate that he's no longer able to play for his boyhood club that he loved. But no, nice he'll get minutes in
Do
Seattle.
we have
I don't think.
beats?
No, the news comes from Ryan Leslie. It's very, very new.
Yeah, I believe Giordano has been traded. Nice.
So we'll try and keep an eye out for that for the end.
On, Hockey Buzz here, dog, and it says
If not, you'll
put
hear about
Mrazek on waivers.
Wow.
Like I wonder. That's
would someone
insane,
claim him?
No, who has money to? Ottawa.
They need a goalie.
Ottawa could trade Forsberg and claim him. Because that's the only way. Like, I don't see them moving Forsberg because, like, who the fuck are you gonna? You're just not gonna play a goalie.
I know what.
They did. Yeah, they did put him on waivers. It is true.
Holy fucking shit!
That's insane. I don't.
God, do fucking Toronto just hate? Like, why don't they just take these guys out to the back and shoot them in the head? These goalies when they don't like them. Like, holy fuck, old Yeller here. Hey?
I wholeheartly agree with you, but I want to defend the Leafs on this one because I've never seen Mrazek.
Good. Like, he just didn't look comfortable.
Why is he so out of position all the time? I'm just
so
confused.
He was so wiggly and out
Why are his numbers? Why are his previous numbers the way they are? Like, it makes no sense. He has games where he's like really solid. You're like, this is Mrazek. This is what he can bring.
Like I said, goaltending is a two-way street. It's all about confidence. It's all about that match made in heaven with your team and stuff.
Yes,
like it's not just a goalie being good.
Made less than a year into his 3-year deal, he is on waivers. Ouch.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I didn't like that deal from the start. Like I thought it was quite a bit of money, like 3.33 or something.
3.4, like I thought it was, but whatever around that.
The extra numbers were like, why? But I don't think it was overpaid. But holy shit, this is rough for the guy.
What did you say there, Jordan?
I was saying from putting him on waivers, they make 1.6 million in cap room.
He won't get claimed. Let's be honest. He's not claimed.
I don't see it.
I think this is just to make more room for the.
If I was Ottawa, I would straight up trade that Forsberg and I would fucking pick up Mrazek and feel somewhat okay about that because that's the only way you're trading Forsberg.
Normally, I would be all in on that, but I don't think Ottawa should get rid of Forsberg. He's been too good, and for this team needs stability. Like, we were just talking about San Jose, and, like, maybe rebuild's not a good idea. I think Ottawa, the last thing they want to do is get rid of the only guy who's been consistent this year. Like, that's...
I feel you, man.
Right? You extend him all day.
How do you let go of the one thing that's been good for you?
I think you extend him all day because just this weird scenario for whatever reason. Moving on, though. Got the Islanders. Just gonna zoom through this. Doesn't look like they're gonna move Varlamov at the deadline at least. So
just didn't work out.
Yeah, they're just not
really needed. His cap hits big. Like
it
couldn't work.
Not gonna work. But like I mentioned, Parise and Cal Clutterbuck has been asked a lot about, and I wonder if they would move Clutterbuck.
Hearing linked to Calgary.
Really? 3.5
on the move. They're talking about possibly with Calgary. So I wonder how the hell they'll pull it. How they would pull that off.
If I'm a playoff team, if I'm being honest, if I'm willing to get a rental, I actually might get Clutterbuck on Pittsburgh.
Clutterbuck would be.
If there's one rental guy for depth I want, it's probably Clutterbuck.
Yeah.
Over anyone. So.
I wonder if he would be nice on like Nashville.
He'd be nice on any playoff team that needs just on a line with Jeannot. And like who's their center? Sissons or whatever?
Yeah,
Trennan?
Sissons or something like that.
Yeah, and Trennan's on the other wing. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. I love that team.
And then we got
just come out of nowhere.
Chara looking like he's the biggest team linked is Toronto. But the wings have been linked, obviously. I texted that to you, Chase. Iserman likes him for a culture build, just in the locker.
Who's that, sorry?
Chara.
Zdeno. Chara, yeah, I know. That'd be dope.
So,
I found my guy that maybe I'd be okay with.
Let's hear it. I want to hear.
It would only happen if St. Louis got Chikrin, though, I think.
Okay,
And we take
Scandella.
Scandella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard his name out there for Cat
okay.
being out.
Very, very okay with taking Scandella. He's the right age. He's not like amazing, but he's a very solid,
Reliable.
smart player,
Very
veteran, reliable. I
He's
think
a
he'd be
leader
awesome
himself. That's
for our left
important
side.
to know.
Absolutely.
know,
Absolutely. Now,
And I'm sure if they trade for Chikrin, I'm sure we can get Scandella for nothing. Basically.
Yeah,
like,
just take the
if
cap.
Zona
As
doesn't
long as
want him,
he's not a
it's
part
like,
of the package, yeah.
yeah, hey.
So
I don't know.
absolutely. Moving on to the Rangers. This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. You thought Ty Smith and Blackwood was stupid? The Rangers are dangling Alexi Lafreniere out there.
But
Now-
they won't move him unless it's a massive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fucking
This was. I have a theory. They offered Laff for Kane. Patrick Kane. I have a theory that was an offer.
Yeah, half
Kane and Panarin. Yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
50% retained
terrible
2
idea.
years, and that Laff was the man.
Man, do it. Oh, that'd be so
I would
fucking.
do it.
I'm so sad that Kane and Panarin don't. You have no idea. I feel like I've literally missed a chunk of life because those guys don't fucking play together. Like, oh my god. Like like
What-
Stan Bowman, you broke those guys up. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Can-
you watched that for fucking 2-3 years and just were like, you know what? I don't want to see this anymore.
Now, I
Jesus
agree, and
Christ.
I threw out that trigger warning for Rangers fans, but I think I have a bigger one for Chicago fans. As if Kane is traded, DeBrincat is asking for a trade. If DeBrincat is traded,
100%.
Kane, it's
100%,
official.
yeah.
No, it is official
One
now.
of them is traded, the other goes. I think that
Which-
would
Fucking, yeah, I fully agree with
Which
that.
we were all speculating and wondering, like, but could you keep DeBrincat? Like, that's a player you would want to build around. Now we know, though, like, that's a big commitment. If you're moving Kane, you're moving your best player.
Yeah.
Your two best players are gone at once. That's scary.
Well, that'll fucking pick up the rebuild. I'll
Oh,
tell you
big
that.
time. Big time.
Trading Kane and DeBrincat, like, oh my god, you'll have everything you've ever imagined in
you could
2-3
get
years.
14 first for those two guys.
Now to give, like, to take the shotgun out of your mouth, Chicago fans, Kane has said he doesn't want to move yet.
And why would
Which-
he? The guy's lived in Chicago. He's been a part of Chicago.
His
He's won
whole
a cup
life.
in Chicago.
Oh, he's the best Blackhawk of all time. No question about it. No question about it.
Stan Mikita. It's,
And to me, it's Kane. He's a way more impact on this team.
Me
He
too.
brought this team was a dumpster fire when he first came. They were useless to the NHL. They blacked out their own home games because the Rocky Wirtz thought it would take away ticket sales. Like,
no,
yeah.
and it's obviously important to note a lot of people consider Kane to be the best American hockey player of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I asked that question a couple podcasts ago, even there a couple months ago. I asked if he's the best.
A lot of people, rightly so, think Kane is.
I mean, I wouldn't. It's hard to.
He's certainly top three, undeniably.
Undeniably top three. Yeah, agreed. And yeah, that's all I got for the Blackhawks, though. Do you guys have anything else on them before I zoom through some more teams?
I guess we could bring up Kubalik again. I believe it's
Right,
Like
yeah.
I've heard Anaheim and LA. I haven't really heard too much past.
Yeah, Anaheim's the big
last
one
rumors
I
that I've
heard.
heard.
Um,
The only thing I want to say about Kubalik is I don't think you should trade him because
yeah,
he got like 30 goals like the first 2
I know.
years he played, or on
This
pace
is the
for that.
bottom
Like
lowest
just because of an off year, you don't just trade him for a second round
agree.
pick or something. Like
His
that's
value
just
at the lowest. I completely
like
agree.
wait for like the first 10 games of next year when he scores 10 goals, and you'll be like, oh well, this is great. I can
Yeah.
trade him for like a first round pick now or something. So,
absolutely. No, it's funny. Now you mentioned that, I would happily give up a second for him to play with Malkin.
oh, he would be good with Malkin. I think that would work.
I
But
think
that's the thing. It's the risk. Like he's not playing good this year. He's not at his top. He's
Pittsburgh's a
not just
team
ready
that-
to go. You can't be like, yeah, just come in, you'll figure it out, hey bud. Like, it's
yeah,
a little sketchy for the
It's-
Pens, but
little, but know what? How often do we
What
bring
else do
in
you
no
do?
names?
Yeah.
Who was Evan Rodriguez before this season?
what do you guys do best?
What do we do best?
Literally,
No, not
pick
what do we do
Shearer
best?
is great.
What does Sidney Crosby and Malkin do best? Make people look fucking way better than they are half the time.
Yeah.
So if Kubalik can do it with Kane or Taves, I think he can do it with Crosby or Malkin. So,
Nice.
moving.
Ooh, the Mrazek replacement, Harry Sateri, my boy Harry
Yeah.
Sateri.
I don't even know who
He
that
signed
is.
him, or they gave him his entry level. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Harry Sateri,
Old Harry
nice.
Sateri. He's been around, man.
Yeah?
I played with the Wings for like a wee bit.
Hell yeah,
I
hell
swear
yeah.
he played a couple games with us, but I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, I played with the Grand Rapid Griffins for 40 games.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
Harry Sateri.
Got
Harry
Vegas here.
Sateri. What an amazing name.
Amazing name. Now we got the Vegas Golden Knights here. I don't have too much. It sounds like they don't even know what they're gonna do because of all the question marks around. However, the
Injuries.
biggest
Yeah,
one
what
is
a
the
joke.
goalie. They are discussing whether they should get a goaltender or not. They don't know whether Leonard's gonna be okay for playoffs or even be ready after it. So yeah, big question marks on Vegas' side. I think
I
they're
would
gonna be
say they're
interesting
the
to
big
watch.
wild
tomorrow.
card. Hey, like they're the big wild card at the
Yeah,
deadline.
them
Like,
and
they have all
Dallas.
this stuff on LTIR again, and they actually can do it for like quite a while, like till
Mhm.
the end of the season. Like, well, I guess they could just trade for somebody who has cap hit that we wouldn't
Patrick
expect.
Kane.
So that wouldn't truly surprise me, but like it'll be like $20 million over 10.
That'd be
20
ridiculous.
million over
That's
the cap
stupid.
for the playoffs.
That's stupid. That's so stupid. Moving on to the Vancouver Canucks here. The three forwards we've been discussing in length about have kind of differentiated themselves between ranking of who's most likely to least likely to go. At the top is Connor Garland, very seeming likely to go, which is crazy to me because I love how he's played for them.
Yeah.
Second name. Oh, sorry. What would you want to say?
No, I
about
was just saying I wouldn't have pegged him as the number one to go.
Yeah, me neither. Second name.
I do. I actually do. I think he's for surely the one guy that I would be okay with trading. Like,
I don't like trading him. I like his contract and I love what he brings. I don't see
I like what he
downside in
brings.
him, honestly. Now, if you can get like better than what Toffoli got, then absolutely you gotta talk. But second name, Brock Besser. Teams are a little scared of Besser because they need him to come with an extension, or else they probably won't do it. Makes sense. He's a really big cap hit coming this year if he takes his qualified deal at 7.5. He's definitely not worth 7.5. So, wonder what'll happen there. And then the third name, obviously JT Miller. It's seeming very unlikely that he will move now. They really don't want to unless it's perfect.
I would.
And
He's
with
the
the
hardest
Hagel deal, oh my god, what could you get for JT Miller?
Like, that's the thing. Like, that, I've heard people comment like that, and you guys know how I feel about this. Like, why would you not take? Like, if somebody's actually going to offer you way too much for this guy, it's so strange that you're not going to take him.
Absolutely.
And like, if he's not having contract negotiations, or you're not having contract negotiations with him right now, talking about if he's actually going to stay, and he's not giving you a straight answer. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm sorry. I don't care if you think he's your guy forever and all men. Like, it doesn't matter, dude. Like,
yeah, I agree. I 100% agree with that.
Situation is because, like, exactly, it seems like it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah,
does that mean you're
maybe
just going to get less
off-season,
next year?
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
hey,
what a strange decision.
Miller,
you know where you are at right now. You said rebuild. You said we're gonna fucking try to get some cap room and stuff like that. And like doing this is not that. Like,
it's funny you bring that up.
Somebody said on Twitter, he was like, "This is what's so weird with me is if you don't do anything, you haven't changed your philosophy. You just came in here, said all this bullshit, and then we did the same thing we've been doing."
That's a good point. Hey, I mean, they are playing better. It's worth noting.
Like you said, Garland's probably out. So don't be worried, Canuck fans.
They
will.
Oh, and Mott's gone. Shen might. There's a chance Luke Shen is going.
Use this out again. Like, Rasmus Anderson should be a Vancouver Canuck, and he's just not because they just didn't want to get something back.
For Dan Hamhuis. Yeah, I agree. And then, like I said, Luke Shen. He's got an extra year on his deal, but teams are asking a lot of him, understandably. Didn't he win a cup? Was it last year or the year before?
It's two with
he won with Tampa. I just can't remember. Was he with both?
Oh no, maybe it was.
I thought it was only 1 year, but
okay.
But yeah, so a good player. He's only making $800K as well for another year, so fantastic.
Yep.
Like I mentioned, Mott will be dealt.
With Luke. I hear he loves it.
He does.
It feels like he's home. It sounds like
they don't love trading
kind
him
of like
either.
a marriage. So
yes.
Don't expect it.
Don't expect it. Yeah, I put it's very unlikely, but if the ask is high enough, you do it. Right.
Though we probably don't need to say this to Canuck fans because he's playing with like Hughes, and I'm sure they're very, very in love with Luke Shen right now.
Yeah,
so.
I bet they are. And then the final name for Vancouver, I got Halak. There is zero interest in him. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that, but like, I want to reiterate this because of Jordan's hot take podcasts ago about him not playing again, and agreeing with him.
He's so
Halak
right. Like,
is so
right
bad now.
Yeah.
Like he's not.
Did you see
good.
that? Did you see what happened in that game where they put him in the third period, and he was like,
No, I didn't,
Boudreaux and
actually.
the guys looked at him or whatever from across the bench when everybody was going off, and
Yep.
they told him you're going in, and he was like, "What? Are you fucking serious?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're going in." And he looked over at his trainer. He's like, "Are you fucking serious? Like what?" So
Oh
a
my
little
gosh.
bit of tension going on. Like your
Yeah.
backup goalie doesn't even want to back
Play.
goalie.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Weird. Like that's literally what you're getting paid to do now. Like whether you think you're a starting goalie or not.
No.
Like you're getting paid to be a backup goalie when the coach asks you to go in. You go in.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
it's just been a spoiled relationship clearly
has,
from
like-
day one. Has it
Yeah.
not? Like Jesus.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
like you might be completely wrong, Jordan, because next year he just goes on a team and plays like a normal fucking goalie, and he has
Yeah.
none of this bullshit going on in his life, and he's just a player. And
Well, like I never understood the Holtby buyout in the first place.
Talk about the Leafs ruining goalies. Fuck
Yeah.
me here.
At least Vancouver has a starting goalie, and Demko's amazing.
Yeah,
But like, why
exactly,
did they buy out Holtby? He had 1
Right.
year left. He was better.
No
So
idea.
big question marks, hey? Jumping on to the Penguins, not going to take long. They want a D-man who can move. Don't want to tinker much because they don't want this chemistry to go, and might have interest in Nick Leddy, which scares the shit out of me because I don't
Who's that?
want... Pens might be interested in Nick Leddy.
Yeah, I
That's-
heard he's
please
going
no.
to Dallas for a second round pick.
Sure,
That's what I heard.
good. Go,
But
please.
I'll
Don't be a
just say
Penguin.
Dude, I'm gonna have the biggest smile on the face if I get a second round pick for Nick Leddy because he has not played second round worthy.
What is
Though
the
he
lowest you would trade him for? Like pick-wise? Okay.
Third.
Interesting.
I
Because
want like a decent. I probably wouldn't want the Stanley Cup or high good team. Like maybe if you're a middling team like
Yeah.
Dallas or something, maybe I will take your third because at least it's in a mid range.
Fair enough.
But I'd probably try to get at least a high third.
A
Yeah.
mid to high third.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna do anything though.
No, you guys have to fucking make magic unless you're giving us Kapanen, buddy.
Yeah, unless we're doing like a 1v1 swap pretty much for term with a guy, I don't think we'll do really too crazy.
And once again, Berkey ain't moving nobody.
He's
they love that
stubborn,
group.
and I kind of love it right now because we're playing so good. The Carolina
Good
Hurricanes, they do not want to pay a first round pick this year for any rental whatsoever.
Yeah,
so pretty much not doing it, but they do want to upgrade the defense. That's all they've said. Carolina's been the second quietest team, or probably the quietest team, frankly, because Lou actually spoke. So just weird with what they're doing. Niederreiter also suspended 1 game for the Janssen Philippi slash. Yeah, that was pretty intense slash.
He gave Johnson Fielby a stick right to the mouth.
That was not good, eh?
Oh, it wasn't good. And he's on the bench.
Is he
too.
okay?
The guy's on the bench and he gets a stick to the mouth. Poor
Oh,
fucker.
his hair's fine.
His hair's
His fine. His mouth was
all right, and then Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't have much because we kind of already brought him up. Dermott to be traded. Sounds like he's already traded to Seattle. Also doesn't want to use
means
first.
incoming trade for Seattle. Fucking Sean Walker going to that team. Dermott and Sean
Sean
Walker buddies will play on the
Ooh.
Seattle fucking Kraken. It will happen. They're
Yeah.
doing it in the offseason. I don't know when that trade's
I
happening.
hope
Sean Walker is going to be a Kraken.
Yeah, you hear it here first.
Heard it here first. And also, I forgot to bring up when you brought up Laffy's name.
Oh, yeah.
They're talking about bringing like a Chikrin trade. They might be using his name for that as well. Like
That's
they're-
stupid. I would not give up Lafreniere
no,
for
the Rangers
anyone
are
that's
interested in
not
Chikrin.
Patrick Kane.
Like the Rangers are interested in Chikrin, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
makes sense. I'm okay with that, but I'd rather give up Kako than Laugh, and I
I
think
don't
that would help
understand
get
why
it done.
they would like. Why would they do that? Like that's.
I
gotta
don't
be a
either.
dumb
Hey,
number.
I think it's
Yeah.
weird.
It's like you just don't like
Yeah.
DeAndre Miller and Ryan Littleton. You know what? I don't like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be like
Okay.
drafting Mario
Cool
Lemieux.
decision.
being like, you know what, 20 years old, I'm not sure about Lemieux. Let's see if we can get a bigger fish.
Yeah. No kidding.
We
Hey.
don't have Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, Gretzky's out there, but we only have Lemieux.
Yeah. No kidding. Leafs, I just got one more thing on them. They were asked about Engvall and Mikheyev, and they said no to those trades. Interesting enough, because they, especially Engvall. Going down to the Capitals, they still would like a goalie, but they're very happy with Vanacek and how he's played. And there's lots of interest in Austin Watson, oh boy, and Max Domi. Watson and Max Domi, which I told Domi earlier. I made that trade. I like Domi.
I like Domi to the Caps.
So
that would be fun.
That would be fun. A lot of fun. And then
Hamonic.
Is he moved?
Travis Hamonic going to Ottawa. Going
Nice
to
cap.
his neck. What is that? The 7th? Is that every Canadian team?
I think so.
No, it's only 2.
Oh, really? Well, no, I think he was an Islander for far too long, I think.
Yeah, right. My bad. He's from Manitoba, so I was actually thinking he might go to Winnipeg. One day, but
Ottawa, that makes a lot of sense. Perfect that you brought up Ottawa, because I was just bringing him up.
I'm so mad Ottawa didn't fucking get a defenseman at the start of the year. Like, it kills me. Like, I can't believe you guys said, let's try to win.
Let's wait.
You're just like, not going to get anybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, no, we're going to trade Dadonov away.
Yeah.
And, like, all the kids are just, like, looking up at this guy, like, okay, we'll try to win.
No kidding, Stutzla, 18, like I've never even like been out of Germany, let alone in a brand new league.
Let's not get a veteran defenseman. Let's get Victor Mete and see if he can become him. Like,
he went on waivers twice, but he's gonna save the day. While we're on Ottawa, glad you brought them up because we got some news on Paul. There's talks about they could extend him because he loves Ottawa. Ottawa loves him. Yeah, but they don't love the number that he's asking. He wants a number that starts with 3, and people were asked around the league, like teams, and they said they would sign him for under 3, just under 3 for term. So
yeah, like probably like a 2.5,
2.5, 2.8. They said is the highest one would go. Yeah, no name GM, but that's what Elliot was talking to. So, moving on to the Buffalo Sabres, they're probably going to move on from Colin Miller and Mark Pysyk, as they're very available. And Craig Anderson will only move if he wants to go. They love him in the locker room, like we mentioned, unsurprisingly. Hey, so
Letty changing up. LA.
Oh, he went to LA. Interesting. Is that official or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, the changing up for the rumor. I said Dallas just earlier. It looks like LA's also as
LA's after everyone.
What?
Why?
I don't like LA.
I don't.
Letty. He doesn't like why.
They have Dursey. They got Doughty. They got enough guys to move the puck.
and Mata have been fine. And he's a little bit better puck moving.
They got good enough puck moving.
Like that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. Is like you're moving on from Edler or not playing.
Yeah,
Mata. Like,
that's
is that
weird.
what you're gonna? Is that the plan? Like,
maybe. Yeah, that's weird.
Seems so weird. But
jumping to the Ducks, we got Ricard Raquel, who news that he might resign. It is doubtful, but there is a chance. They do he likes Anaheim. Anaheim does like him for the right number, so keep an eye on that. And then obviously they are involved very in Chychrun right now. Columbus, this is great news. This is strictly in here for Chase. Columbus does not want to give up their first round pick any of their first round picks next year or the year after. This draft and next draft. So for you thinking they got to do something crazy, I think you're going to be disappointed. No, but you want to see something crazy, right? You would like to see it. I think you're going to be disappointed. No craziness, it doesn't sound like, unless it's big. That's why they're out of Chychrun too. They don't want to put in a first for Chychrun this year and next. So.
Wow.
And they are looking intense at the Vancouver forwards, the 3 I mentioned. So, and they're willing to buy and sell.
Really use somebody.
Yeah. They can go any direction, which is cool. Wings, sounds like Yzerman's gonna be crazy and do something weird. Don't even know what it is. Basically, Elliot said, if you think you know what Yzerman's gonna do, you're fucking wrong. So don't be surprised if something crazy happens.
He just doesn't say
he always,
anything, just
right.
Lou.
Not surprised,
They it's a respect factor in the organization where you just don't say shit, guys. Like that's
Absolutely.
just how it is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm really like I said, I want him to get a D, man. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not
I
watch
agree
a
with
lot
you.
of Wings games if we don't get a fucking defenseman. Honestly,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
I'll probably, if we just sell and we're even worse, like I'll have a,
Yeah.
I won't watch because of that reason. You know.
Yeah. No, that's
I'll
a
watch
good
less
point.
simply because of that. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm actually with Yzerman on the whole. Let's just try to be better and
Yeah.
better and better
Who
and
cares?
better.
Yeah, you guys have enough picks, prospects, and such. I think you guys can start like
until things start falling
adding.
apart naturally.
Yes.
Then you think about, okay, maybe we need a few more picks and prospects,
Right.
but
they're in the right direction.
Larkin falls off a cliff or something like that, I'll be worried about that then. You know.
I gotta get going in a minute.
Yeah, we got two
let's
teams
get
talk
going.
about. We got two teams talk about when we close the podcast. So, second last team, we got the Nashville Predators. Now they could make a very big swing at the trade deadline. We have no idea what they're gonna do yet, too. All we know is they're in on anything, seemingly. Next, we got Forsberg, who is scores number 211 to pass David Legwand for most goals in Nashville history. So I thought that was kind of neat and crazy.
So then that means he doesn't need to stay there anymore.
Yeah, no,
he's got the most goals in franchise history.
He can walk away happy.
On his job.
And our favorite rookie from Wilcox, not so Gene Janot, leads all rookies in goals. What a gem, boys. What a gem. Not Gene, boys. And then to end it off, who else but the Arizona Coyotes? Everyone's favorite, as the biggest news is coming from the goaltender, Vejmelka. They would very much like to sign him, but teams are asking and the price is pretty high. They might sell him. They might trade him away, but they do not love the idea of it.
Yeah.
But it's open.
Yeah, I hear
they want him, but for the right price, I get it.
I if he goes, I get it. If he doesn't, I completely agree.
Like to me, I don't understand like this stuff with like Ottawa and Arizona talking about not being able to afford an extra few $100,000 when you're going to guaranteeingly have $20 million in cap space. Like, what? You're in a rebuild and you're worried about like $500,000 for a guy who for 2 years or something like that. Like this isn't a long-term contract, Arizona. This isn't a long-term contract for Nick Paul. Like we're talking 2-3 years with these guys, Veggie and stuff. Like 1 year maybe. Like,
yeah.
I'm so confused.
Me too. Me too.
Why $1 million or something like that is? Oh well, we better trade him now. Like,
I agree.
But like, I'm down with everybody trading for him because I love how he plays.
Yeah,
and it would be a good backup guy for this cup run
big
for
time,
sure.
Big time. So, but yeah, that's all I got on Arizona. There's no news on Chychrun yet. Do you guys want to hear my trade real quick? It's super fast. I don't like it, by the way.
Yeah.
I threw it together just because, like, I threw it together. Is there a variation where I can send Zucker and Casey DeSmith to Chicago for Fleury? Is there a way I can make with picks and such? Zucker's a good player. People are like thinking Zucker's shit, but he's not. Like he's a top
I just
6.
don't see him being a part of their future at all.
No.
Why would they want him?
Yeah, I get that, wanting a pick, but if Fleury only wants to go,
veteran,
if
what I'm getting
Fleury's
at with my
only
defense
option
for Detroit, hey, like I don't mind that with Zucker.
yeah,
for a forward vet.
If his only
sort of
option is Pittsburgh, then sure. But
yeah,
I don't
like
it.
that's why I did it because of Fleury. Obviously, I don't want anything. I want a goalie. I want a backup goalie. That's all I want. And Fleury make the most sense that if he said, "I want to go to Pittsburgh," would you take Zucker? I mean, I don't see a downside in Zucker.
You'd probably have to take him.
I would. You want to know why? And that's only
Yes.
the reason I'm only saying this is because of the Kane and Tays thing, like what I just said earlier. Like, if that's what they're thinking, then I'm taking Zucker because then he can stick around and be that guy instead of having Kane and Tays and DeBrincat or something.
Like I like it for a transition of what you're doing. It frees you open to do other stuff.
You guys already traded your goaltender prospect and Gustafson.
Yeah, we did. Hey, it's okay. We got Callie Klang, my guy. Callie Klang.
They want a first, dog. They want a first this year.
I'm not giving first for Fleury, obviously.
Get a first pick for this year in that haggle trade, so they're already probably not too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not too stoked about that. So,
like I said, I didn't like this trade to begin with, but it's the only thing I'm willing to give up.
Hey, maybe you can get away with it because, like I said with Kane, like you're getting whatever you want when you trade Kane.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
You're getting a top 10 pick in the fucking draft. I would hope.
You can get a first overall pick. First overall pick if the team is good. Like if let's say the Rangers get the first overall pick, like they did that weird laugh year.
Yeah. I don't think you can get that with Kane. It's not. You got to have more term.
Oh, I think you could
fully retained and all that stuff. I don't think you could get the first overall pick, but you could get a.
I definitely think you could straight up.
And some pieces. I'm just saying we wouldn't be able. I don't
it'd
think
be
anybody
tough.
would do the deal. Like they wouldn't be like, yeah, I'll give you my first round pick.
That's why I said it would
only
be a team like the Rangers who are good and surprisingly
somebody
gets
like
a lucky
this year,
right? Like
teams that are just like I have cap hell, go for it. Like Boston and stuff. Like we're going balls deep this year, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I feel you.
But
so what would it be? Because you wouldn't have to. I guess you wouldn't have to retain how much money is that?
5 for Zucker, and I would do anything. I would retain Fleury just to match, or cap would be fine, like whatever, or nothing.
You wouldn't have to retain much off of Fleury.
No.
They'd probably be pretty stoked with that. Like,
I wondered, hey, like, could you do it where it's just enough to get us under the cap, like barely?
You get one less. Yeah, you might be able to get away with definitely not giving up a first round.
Yeah, it's a crazy trade because what if Zucker's healthy next year, scores 20 goals, and you trade him for a first and a second? He can do that. He's good enough for that. He's just too injured for our team right now.
He's a good culture guy.
He's a great guy.
Like Burke doesn't talk about trading him because he's a fucking great dude. Like they don't like.
Yeah.
There's not many rumors about Zucker actually getting traded because like
it's his health is the issue. It's his health. That is it. So yeah, I just wanted to throw it out to you boys because it was interesting and I know it's weird, but it's supposed to be. So. Anyways, that's all I got for this. Yeah, let's close out the podcast. Go follow us on social medias on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and now TikTok.
TikTok officially.
Yeah, we already have 1,000 views almost on our first TikTok, boys. Yeah, man. I'm doing trade analysis on there.
Yell at people randomly for things.
Oh, and I got one message.
Instant reaction.
I got one thing for a fan there. I wasn't gonna say anything. But to the dickhead that said, you can't say anything about Hurdle because you can't say his name right, shut the fuck up. I speak English, and I'm not good at it. Lay off. I fuck up names all the time. Lay off. I'm sorry I didn't call him Tomasz Hurtle. Like, sorry. Sorry I didn't call him Tomasz. But
interesting.
That's all I got for the pod, so... Suck a dick. Catch you guys next podcast. Bye, guys.